Okay. Hey, yo, what's up, my buddies? Or sorry, yo, what is up, my cool fams? It is I, Karun Menkaraman, and welcome to another live stream. Here I got with me my wrap, paneer, and pesto rice, fried rice wrap. I'm a little good. Oh yeah, guys, it's probably really good. I love food. Food is just the best. So, welcome everyone to my Q&A session. Here in the Q&A session, you guys will be able to ask me questions and I will answer them. Now, this is being done on both YouTube and Instagram, so anyone who asks me any question on either YouTube or Instagram, I hope my voice quality is fine. Anybody who asks me a question on either Instagram or on YouTube in the chat, since I am live on both, I will answer them, okay? My God, I'm such a good cook. I am waiting. I'm checking both my private chat on YouTube and on Instagram. There are people on Instagram, but I don't think anyone's asking me any questions on YouTube yet or on Instagram. No one is on Instagram. No one's on YouTube, my live stream, but people are on my Instagram one. So guys, please watch my YouTube channel. All of you all Instagram people, please watch on my YouTube channel as well. Especially since my Instagram showcase will be like 5 to 10 minutes after my YouTube one. So whatever you guys are hearing me say on the Instagram, I actually said it 5 minutes ago. Lyndon is cute. I cannot do that because I've been doing Instagram for a long time. It's not made me as famous as YouTube probably will. So yeah, I think I want to make, and besides, there's a lot more things I can do on Instagram, on YouTube. So this is why it's my main priority. So yeah. I'm checking both the areas for comments. Alright, I'm gonna go wash my hands and come back. I'm gonna come back right after I wash my hands. Hey guys, I'm back. How are y'all doing? It is I, the chocolate tack, the king of sweets. Anyway, yeah. I'm a still. I just like how I'm on both of these things. Anyway, guys, there's a few features that you guys can do on YouTube Live that you cannot do the same on Instagram Live. You can on YouTube Live send me something called super chats, which if I read it and answer it, you guys will get something. I can just answer it, and I can answer when you guys give me super chats, your questions. Meanwhile, you'll have to pay for them, meaning I can get money. You can also just give money to my channel without any of this. This will help me get money. Plus, if I get enough subscribers on my YouTube channel, then I will be able to start a membership thing, which means you guys get to be members of my channel, which will be great. Because if you guys become members of my channel, I get to make money. What the heck are clothes doing over there? Okay, whatever. I need to see how I can make a good background. Aren't I supposed to be able to make a good background? Whatever happened, bro? Whatever happened? Camera. Let me just settings. Virtual background. Why the frick is it not working? Okay, fine. You can. I could use a green screen, but how come it's not allowing me to make a background itself? Anybody else knows how to use a background? Why is this so hard? So yeah, if you guys, I don't want to make an OnlyFans. Just subscribe. Oh, I'm still using Snapchat. It's just I just you don't want to know. I'm still using Snapchat. It's just that I'm not being friends with everybody I see on there. Anyway, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. especially since I will be able to get money from this YouTube channel. Plus, I will be able to store this on my YouTube channel. I don't really know how to do that as much on Instagram, how to keep these kind of live streams like this. Anyway, guys, yeah. Just wanted to say, I just wanted to say that what the frick? Yeah, I don't care about the camera. Why am I not able to do background? Alright, I'll be right back. Fiesta, como chocolate, I need a blue screen for my background. No, it's fine. Hello. How are you all doing? All right. I guess we can't have a green screen. Too bad, because I would have screamed to the green screen. I just hear that. Whoa. Oh, that is so. Anyway, let's get on with it. All right, what's going on in the fan base community today? Okay, I guess no one's going to come on either Instagram or YouTube and ask moi questions. Well, people who are here. Oh, hey, what is up? How are you doing? Any questions that which you have for me? Ali. Oh yeah. So how do you raise up a cute girl? Okay, so basically you if you want to raise up a cute girl, all you gotta do is how do I say this? All you gotta do is to raise up a cute girl, all you gotta do is just go up to her and give like the sweetest line possible. Hey, baby, how are you doing? Or something like that. You just gotta be like really cool about it. You gotta be like, or I don't really know. Just say something about, like, say something about her ethnicity and make it a pun, like I don't know. Are you truly Indian? Because I didn't get scammed by you yet. Or I don't know. My brain is not working the best when it comes to the art of Riz yet. So yeah. No, I am currently not in a relationship. Lyndon is cute, who asked me this on the Instagram stream. No, I am currently not in a relationship. This is because I am not having into girls right now. I am in got one girl who is like in India and therefore she won't be able to see me, but otherwise I don't really think I'm into any other girls. I don't really think I want to have a relationship unless that one girl I'm into turns me down. Therefore, I'm going to wait till I have a relationship. Either if I'll see if I can have a relationship with her, I will see if I can have a relationship with her, and if I am not able to do so, well, then maybe I'll try to see if I can have another girl. She's already having another boyfriend, if she's lesbian somehow, if she doesn't like me, I just want to see this first. Get your heart broken, then. Which is weird, because the next question he asked is I was like, get your heart broken, then you get to have other people like you and stuff. But the next question Lyndon is cute has asked me is, what is my biggest fear? What is my biggest fear? What is the greatest phobia I have? Now, Lyndon is cute. This depends. There is so many different kinds of ways to interpret a man or a woman or any human being's greatest fear. Fears come in a lot of shapes and sizes and forms. There is many different kinds of fears and many different kinds of ways to say a fear. All of them coincide to being a feeling of afraid or just a really huge sense of rejection towards something, either because you feel like it'll cause you a lot of harm, or you see some danger in it, or you feel like it'll get you really, really hurt, or you just don't like it. That is the commonality between all fears or phobias. But even then, there's many different ways to convey what a fear is. Like, what is the fear you're talking about? Are you talking about a physical fear, like something I'm afraid of that exists, like some kind of a creature or some kind of a person? Or are you talking about that kind of a fear, or a state of being, or a state of something happening to you, like a state or a situation of being or of happening, or some physical person? So are you talking about a situational fear or a physical fear here? That is the question. Lyndon is cute has said, what is my biggest physical fear? Well, my biggest situational fear would probably be that girl being a lesbian or her cheating on me if we do have a relationship. The one I like being like some kind of a lesbian, or having another even cooler boyfriend or something. Just anything that involves her. Well, at least, especially her being a lesbian or something, or not into guys or girls, or just overall not into me. That is my greatest fear about that range. But my biggest fear of all time, as in, what is my greatest fear physically? Well, I have always been known to be what is known as a canophobe. Let me just see. I've always been known to be a sinophobe and have something called sinophobia. Sinophobia is the fear of dogs. I have always been afraid of dogs. I don't know why. They've what I once upon a time I actually used to like dogs. I actually used to like dogs, but then my cousin Surya had a dog and apparently called Leo, and apparently Leo was really scary. She was a girl and she was very scary to me. And once she licked me, but I thought she was biting me. And then ever since then I've been scared of dogs. After being scared of dogs, I've become scared of a whole bunch of other animals ever since. I think spiders were my greatest animal fear before that, and something I was really afraid of as well afterwards. I had arachnophobia, and I still kind of do, because spiders are creepy, man. But Xenophobia is still really strong in me because I am very afraid of dogs. Okay, what's my opinion on lesbians? I'm kind of a little bit more homophobic. If you guys don't know who I am, I am a right-wing conservative, meaning that my viewpoints typically go a little bit more closer towards the right wing of politics than the left wing. I am a very right-wing conservative person. I'm highly religious. I believe in eating meat. I also kind of believe in like patriarchal stuff. I am a capitalist, meaning I believe in the free market the free market. I'm opposed to things such as this indoctrination of veganism, vegetarianism, atheism, agnosticism, Islamic jihad. I'm opposed to LGBTQ community as well. I don't really like them. I just don't like them. LGBTQ community, not because of religion, but I just don't think that it's the best thing. It's not really. I think it's just weird. I just think that the LGBTQ community is getting a little bit out of hand. It's not really because one or two people are gay or lesbian. That means that it's weird, so I don't like it. It's more of the kind of danger that I feel like LGBTQ possesses to the world. More and more people are just being like this. Like you could see like the hottest chick possible, amazing thighs, beautiful breasts, awesome arms as well. Just probably even have like this nice abdomen or something, and just the hottest, cutest face of all time. Just a perfectly wonderfully looking girl who just can't help but go to bed with and just take those thighs and those nice titties and stuff. They just had a touch, but she probably has a girlfriend and is lesbian, or she's single, but you ask her out, but she says, I don't like guys, I'm lesbian. What would that be like to you? What would that be like? Like just the hottest girl ever, and she doesn't like your gender. She doesn't like guys. Are you going to find other girls like that with perfect titties? Like she made you horny, man, but she doesn't even like your gender. Like at least if she has a boyfriend already, then at least if she eventually breaks up with him or something, she'll date you. And besides, a woman being with another man, it also hurts you when a woman is with another man. But like at least it'll seem more normal. But imagine a girl being with another girl and liking that other girl so much, and you just are not in the picture whatsoever at all. And she's just the most perfectly looking girl of all time. First of all, if she breaks up with her, she still doesn't like guys, which means as long as you're a man, she still will not date you or be with you or have sex with you even. And you are the kind of person that this woman will never be able to sleep with. And besides, at least if she sleeps with a man who is not you, at least it looks normal. It still hurts, but at least it's normal. If she sleeps with a woman, that's going to be hurtful as well as extremely abnormal, which is going to hurt you even more. So just think about that. Now, one or two women being like the hottest, most beautiful looking chick of all time who doesn't like guys, that kind of who doesn't like to have sex with men, like some woman out there who just doesn't want to have sex with you and you're a man. Like, be it whether she likes other girls or not, she just doesn't like guys. She just doesn't like that. And you, and she's an amazing bombshell. How do you think that's going to feel for you? Because I would die. If one or two girls are like that, it's fine. There's so many other fish in the sea who like your gender and who are becoming and who are having like these wonderful things. It's fine. But the LGBT, especially lesbians, many of them mostly just don't like guys because because of their feminists, and they actually hate men and think that most men, like, you'll see that in most lesbians. It's not that they just don't like men sexually. It's just many of them just hate men as well. They just want to have relationships with women, no men, and it's always just so feminist. And it's such a symbol of the stupid feminist stuff. Like, men are evil. Like, my gosh. This stuff is only making my life even worse and worse. And then these people want to remove religion. They want to remove Hinduism and Christianity and promote this kind of stuff. That's what I don't like about it. Who knows why they hate men? Women can find any reason to hate men. They can go and have like the wrong type of men, be in love with bad boys, and then afterwards, when they get hurt, just hate on men. Men can have random reasons to hate women, so women can also have random reasons to hate men. The worst part about this is we don't recognize both genders as humans. We'll be like, well, men can just hate women for anything. But women are not like that. If they hate men, it's probably going to be some good reason. Try to understand that. Always try to understand why when women hate men. But when men hate women, it's like, men are just being assholes. No! Both of them are assholes. If there's reasons why a woman can hate men, there's also reasons why men can hate women. And if men can hate women for even the most random and stupid reasons of all time, women can hate men for that as well. Okay? My father once left my mom. That suddenly makes all men like this. And then they have this whole all men kind of bullshit. And men are usually not like that. They don't have an all women bullshit thing. And they probably just hate all women, but they don't think all women are the same. Women are just dumb. Whatever. Anyway, I don't care. I don't want to talk about feminism and LGBTQ. Just thinking about feminists and lesbians and the female and matriarchal supremacists and all those kind of other idiots just makes my head go burst. So I really don't want to talk about them. No, I've never kissed a girl. And that's the scariest part. Before I've ever even forget having sex with a woman, before I even kiss one, women are going to be more feminist, more lesbian day by day, and hate men more and more. There's going to be way more feminists and lesbians and misandrists that's going to form before now, and probably the first time I ever have sex with a woman. Misandry, feminism, lesbians will probably form in women way more faster than that. I bet even now more feminists and more lesbians are coming. Okay? By the time I'm capable of even meeting a perfect girl to have sex with, probably before that time I meet the girl that I like, she's gonna probably be some crazy feminist or some lesbian or something while that time happens. And then I try to say, okay, fine, it's fine, she's a lesbian. There's probably many other girls that look amazing and hot like her. And then I'm gonna find one of the other kind of beautiful girls, and they're probably gonna be lesbian too, and feminist too, and like other girls too. And then, oh my gosh, they're gonna be having the sisterhood thing. And then we're having sex with other women. Oh my, they're gonna get rid of men from their life already before I can even kiss a girl. Forget before I ever screw one. I want to at least be able to screw a girl. Or at least marry a girl or even screw a girl before I kiss one. It's going to happen like this. I really, really, really hope that's not true. Greer likes in grays. All women are secretly lesbian. I really hope that's not true. It's so scary the way women are going nowadays. When are you gonna bring me on? I don't know, Arches. You wanna come on? You wanna be on my channel? I can bring you on right now if you want. You wanna be on? Yeah, I can let you on. I know, I am scaring you, Lyndon, but it's the truth. Scary things are showing up every day, and it's all because of the left and progressives, but they'll never listen to us conservatives. Okay, we conservatives are the ones who are actually making the world a better place. Like, think about it, Arches. Even AP supports LGBTQ. It's so sad, so scary. How am I supposed to send it to you? Should I send it to you on the chat, on the YouTube chat? It's the scariest thing of all time. Lesbians, feminists. Every woman is secretly one of those two things because they're that scary of creatures. My gosh, the world is so scary that way. I'm just going to invite. You know what? He's the only one in this one, so I think it's fine if I send it on here. I send it on here. Who wants to join my thing? If you guys click on this link, you will be able to join me on the live stream. Who wants to join me on the live stream? May click the link. There's not many people watching me on either side, so it's kind of okay if I do this. Once I get a lot of followers, I won't be doing something like this ever again. Arches, I hope you're going to join. I don't want to just keep that thing and just not have anyone do anything about it. Hello. Before anything happens, I have to delete this comment now. Because otherwise people will see that I sent the link. They'll join the link that I sent on the YouTube chat. Dharmic apologist. Oh, you're. Oh, what? How do I say your name?
Arches. Well, it's not
Arches?
my real name, but yeah, Arches. It's my moniker.
What's your real name though?
Vishnu.
Vishnu?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a dharmic apologist, just like me.
I don't know if I'd really put you in that category.
I know, because I'm not really like Hinduism and stuff. Like, I'm not exactly like, you know, your typical all the things of Hinduism.
It's
I'm
not exactly like a typical thing.
I know. I'm not like, the thing about me is I'm not too dharmic or too Abrahamic. I think I have dharmic beliefs or Abrahamic beliefs, either one of those, depending on whatever. Like, I'm actually not fully one religion. I just believe in religion without believing in just one. My beliefs and my religious beliefs are not just one religion and nothing else.
That's perennialism.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, I think that's actually what Hinduism actually is. We're not really supposed to be.
I kind of don't want to use the term Hinduism. It's just kind of demeaning.
Yeah, Hinduism is actually a name that the Persian. By the way, guys, did you know that the Persians gave there was a country. The real name of the country is Bharat. For all of you who don't know who's Bharat,
It's more the civilization.
Yeah, the civilization was originally called Bharat. Well, civilizations are what became countries today. Civilization is just the older forms of countries, so they're technically the same thing. Saying that
what's your background?
What's my background? I am from Tamil Nadu. Do you know what that is? It's the most southern
Yeah,
state
I know what that is.
of Bharat. So the Hindi term is Bharat, and the original term is also Bharat, and it's also the term that people should call it because that is the original name of the country. eventually the Persians came over, like Cyrus the Great, Darius the Great. They changed the name to Hindustan because the river called Sindhu River, that's the real name of the Indus Valley River. Um, the Indus Valley River. Vishnu over here can back me up on that, right?
Actually, no, I kind of disagree. I think it's arguable Bharatam as
Oh, well, what happened?
occurred later. Like the original Aryans, they fought a civil war. So, like there was a split between the Iranis and our Bharatiya Arya. You know.
Oh yeah, there's many different versions.
Yeah,
of the story.
Split. There was the Saptas. Yeah, there's
a war. The battle of it's called the Battle of the Ten Kings. Sorry, Vishnu, for interrupting you. It's called the Battle of the Ten Kings in the Vedas, Rig Veda specifically.
No, okay, so like we're in Tamil Nadu, right?
You're a Tamil person as well?
Not exactly.
Which one are you from?
No, I don't claim any of these weird ethnic identities. I can speak Telugu, right? But like, you know.
You can speak Telugu, but you don't want to be called a Telugu.
But yeah, because it's a language.
Yeah, me too. I understand that. It's not really like it's just a language, but it's not really the ethnic group.
Well, no, even the ethnic group, it just doesn't mean, it's like a bodily kind of concept. I think it's like after I die, it's not going to really like, it almost didn't mean anything the whole time.
But why did you tell me not to give money to Apostate Prophet?
Well, because he's lame, honestly.
I honestly kind of want.
It's a troll comment. It's a troll comment.
Okay, but he's like honestly the nicest like atheist of all time. He's the one person.
That's not true.
Who doesn't really go around making fun of Hinduism. Like if you see all the other ex-Muslim atheists, you'll see that we as Hindus think that everyone who makes fun of Muslims is somehow pro-Hindu and one of our best friends.
That is not really true on the ground. You probably get that impression on Twitter maybe, but like that is not
on YouTube as well. You know where I got the impression of that? Have you ever heard of Atheist Republic?
Yeah, but that was just one guy, and he's not.
Armin Navabi is literally proof. Like you know the thing about it. You know all the Indian people like Dhruv Rathi, Rahul Gandhi, everyone else who seems to be against Hinduism and Hindutva apologists and stuff like me and you. Like all those people, such as those, if you take all of them combined, none of them are as bad as Armin Navabi is. My problem is, even though if you look at Sham Sharma, have you watched Sham Sharma show before?
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
He's even made videos with Ridvan before, Ridvan Adyamer, who's the Apostate Prophet. He's even team collabed with him before, like I'm doing with you. But so anybody who knows Apostate Prophet, that's an Indian Hindutva person, but does not know Sham Sharma, I just don't know who you are. Like the thing about Sham Sharma.
Wait, hold on. Like, okay, I'm not a Hindutva. I don't see eye to eye with Savarkarvadis. I really don't. A lot of.
I don't really see eye to eye with them either. By Hindutva, I mean Sham Sharma style Hindutva, not Savarkar.
Yeah, I would put him in the category of Savarkarvadi, and I don't see eye to eye with him on a lot of things. I'm sorry. I'm like. Have you? I'm okay. I'm trying to ask. Like, I'm trying to get to know your background. Like, were you ever aligned with a sampradaya? Were you ever have a practice or anything like that?
I don't know. I've been going to HSS Shakas for a while. HSS, the global version of RSS.
Okay, so that's Savarkar. It's a political organization. It's not really like anything, any type of sampradaya. Exactly.
Sampradaya. I think I don't really think I've ever been part of any Sampradaya. I've just been part of. I've been part of a Bala Vihar. So if that sounds.
That's just like these weird immigrant parents like trying to teach people stuff even though they don't really know stuff either.
That is so cool.
No, okay, I'm saying like okay, so like you give me the same vibes as a quote unquote ex-Hindu. I'm sorry, like it's just I don't know. It's like okay, I'm not saying you are. All respect to you, right? But I'm just saying, I know. But like it's just I'm not really like. You get what I'm saying?
I don't want to sound. You think I remind you of Dhruv Rathi or someone?
No, I don't understand. I don't speak Rektha or anything. Like I don't really know. I haven't like seen too much of him. I don't know. You know.
He sounds like this kind of a person who wants love between all the religions, but he also doesn't really seem to actually know what he's talking about. Like he doesn't he pretends to be this person who loves all the religions, but he seems to go against Hinduism itself.
That's
So
the
like
whole communist kind of plan. They go after the biggest religion, and then
yes,
when they get power, they'll get rid of religion like generally.
that's sort of what Dhruv Rathi is doing. Yes, this is why Sham Sharma goes against him all the time.
So you can understand Rektha?
What? I can
Like
understand.
Rektha, well, I call Hindi Rektha because that's what it's like. Yeah, you can understand that. Or Urdu, you can understand that.
I can understand Hindi and Urdu. I can understand Tamil is my mother tongue, so I can understand that. I know a little bit of Kannada, but not really Telugu.
No,
Although
so you live in Tamil Nadu.
no, I live in the United States,
Oh,
the state
okay.
of Arkansas, but I was born in Tamil Nadu.
Are you
Iyer, is that the Shiva one or the Vishnu one?
No, there's no Shiva one. There's a Shankara one, like the
Oh,
Shankaracharya like kind of affiliation.
Iyengar. That's my cousin, but I'm actually Iyer.
You're okay. So okay. We're technically God brothers, I guess.
I mean, you're an Iyer as well, I guess.
No, I'm not an Iyer, but my family is like affiliated like with Shankara, with the Shankara tradition.
My mother always used to tell me that Iyer is Shiva, like they're more of Shiva worshippers or Shaivites,
That's not true.
and Iyengars are more of the Vaishnava people.
No, Iyengars are Vaishnava, but Iyers aren't Shaiva. They're Shankara.
Adi
They're
Shankaracharya.
Advaitins. They're Advaitins, monists.
Adi Shankaracharya is believed to be a Shiva devotee. Anyway,
Well,
I
he's
will
devotee
just.
of Govinda too. He's devotee of everything. Like Devi, like you see, look at his writings. Like
But his consideration is the incarnation of a Shiva.
yeah, but that's not what he like. Yeah. That doesn't speak about his devotion.
I know, but my point here is that you're supposed to worship Adi Shankara. If you're worshiping Adi
We're
Shankaracharya,
not supposed to worship him. We align him. We see him as our authority. That's more or less the thing.
oh, you mean like how the Muslims see as Muhammad as not being
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
just to worship, but
yeah, kind of, yeah.
so he's like a like I hope this is not offensive, but would he be like a prophet to you by that chance?
No, he's just kind of more. It's like he's our congressman, you know, more or less. I mean, it kind of correlates with the prophet thing, but he's not a prophet. He just kind of like interpreted things in a certain way that we agree with.
Yeah, I don't think I can just I don't think I can fully able to understand that because I think other than somebody you're supposed to worship, everything else I mostly understand in Abrahamic terms, since that's what I'm. And as a dharmic person, as a person following dharmic religion myself, I have learned that people who are part of dharmic, people who are part of non-dharmic religions, who are or are part of no religion at all, those kind of people don't understand. Like the best they can do is try to make Abrahamic terms, since they're more understood by people, and atheists mostly come from Abrahamic religions, and ex-dharmic atheists as well seem to be using Abrahamic terms for dharmic concepts. So they don't really understand dharmic religion as much because it's not exactly translatable into Abrahamic terms as much as people think it is.
But so, like, how old are you?
I've just turned 18.
Oh, you're 8. Wow, yeah. Oh man, I thought you were like 30.
I appear to look so, but I'm actually just 18.
Yeah, I'm 21.
You're 21? That's cool. So let me just check if anybody has sent any more questions around. Oh, the link does not work. That's fine. Anyway, I do say things like I don't like. I do say if even many Hindus seem to be adopting a few Abraham. Like we don't like. If you look at Hinduism, they don't discriminate personally against LGBTQ, but they don't like promote it either. So
It's a pretty neutral
Hindus,
position.
so Hindus can be a little bit either way. We can be pro or anti LGBTQ. I
I
choose
think
to be a little bit.
it's irrelevant. It's honestly pretty. It's like I see it about as much of a problem as Down syndrome. Like you know, you know what I mean?
I see it like that as well. It's like you shouldn't be so angry at people who have it, but you should just see them the way you would see someone with a. I don't want to seem offensive, but a person who has like a mental illness, like
No,
you
yeah,
would.
that's the Shasta kind of position.
I think like the main reason. Well, I think you see Hinduism is a little bit less like when you tell to an atheist who criticizes how Abrahamic religions view things like LGBTQ, they won't be able to like Armin Navabi per se. They won't be able to understand the same thing about something like Hinduism or Sikhism because the Dharmic religions are or Buddhism because the Dharmic religions like Hinduism and Sikhism and Buddhism are a lot more of a like Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Sikhism, Buddhism, sorry, that's the correct terms. The Dharmic religions are way less about the continuous cycle. Like if you see an Abrahamic religion, they're a little bit more like anytime, any place, this is wrong. They're just focused on the what, but they don't understand the where and the when. But the where and the when is something more that Hinduism talks about in the terms of the morals of something. Like how good is it for society and humanity at the exact space and time it is being used? Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I agree because you can only know so many things, right? They would be kind of stretching themselves too thin if they actually tried to learn about something new, right? But I don't entirely blame them. I don't entirely. I kind of tune them out too at the same time. Their opinion doesn't mean too much to me.
Yeah, because the Abrahamic religions are a little bit way more like the Abrahamic religions are extremely cutthroat. It's like if they say you can, like all of them say you cannot be gay, but or all of them are anti-LGBTQ strictly, all of the Abrahamic faiths, but they all are like anytime, any space, when, where, how, at all times, at all places, at all methods, you are not allowed to be LGBTQ, regardless of your method, regardless of your space, regardless of your time. All they care about is the what, as in the action, not about the who, the person doing it, the how, which is the method of doing it, or the when and where, which is the space and time of its doing, the place and time. That is something we dharmic religious people do care about, but the Abrahamic faiths don't really because they're like this is right, this is wrong, simple as that. What do you think about that, Vishnu?
I mean that might be a bit uncharitable to their position because but yeah, I'd essentially agree with that if they're taking it seriously. But it's let's get it back to you. I mean, what do you just kind of want to be kind of more of this kind of political commentator or just kind of actually defend?
I am. I like to follow a little bit of Sham Sharma style Hindutva ideology, not the extremist Hitler Savarkar style, but I would say a little bit more of the Sham Sharma style, in which I'm not exactly bigoted towards other religions, but I am ready to speak against people who are toxic seculars, who don't want to actually be friendly with Hinduism, just want who are like the Christian evangelists or the Islamic jihadists or the people who want to force you to become other religions, those kind of people. Because as he himself has stated, Hinduism is a lot more secular and a lot more tolerant than other religions. Because this is why when they had the Dark Ages in Europe and they were continuously taking over, and the Middle East was having people continuously being taken over, that was how the Middle Ages was for them. Meanwhile, here in India, we were having like golden ages. Like you're Telugu, I'm Tamil, but both of us had the Chola dynasty, like Rajendra Chola and Rajaraja Chola, and they were making Shivalingas places, and they were also conquering, but it was making a lot of prosperity, and in fact, it was giving a lot of civilizational flourishment towards the countries that of which the Cholas took over, compared to the countries that of which the Safavids or the Ottomans or any Arab caliphates had taken over. Because whenever the Arabs or the Turks took over places, those just became enslaved or they just barbarically murdered people. You cannot compare that to how the Cholas took over people. So my point here, I'm sorry if I'm talking a little too much here, Vishnu, but my point here is that Hinduism has always not been as barbaric or forcing onto people. It is more likely to bring its influence, and people just want to have it. It's like that apple that if it's just dangling around, that if which people show to you, but they just want it. However, Abrahamic faiths like Christianity and Islam were more like pushed into people. And because Christianity and Islam are a little bit more opposed to things like science and arts and philosophy, because of this, those religions caused a bunch of harm in the way, causing things like how do I put this? You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. And if you do this, you're gonna get your head is gonna be cut. You cannot do anything that opposes the church. Whereas the Hindu temple never really did something like that. They never made the caste system the official. Some Brahmins did try to do that, but Hindu society never really officially accepted this idea that Brahmins or the caste system is the ultimate thing above all, and it's beyond even basic law and constitution. In fact, Acharya Chanakya himself, being a Brahmin, he was, even though he was like this, he actually stated in his Chanakya Niti that the constitution and the government of the kingdom is far more superior to that of any other law, of any religious law or any doctrine, that the law and the constitution of the land is superior. That's the kind of more secular ideology between state and temple that of which Hinduism has compared to other religions. So this is why Hindus were flourishing when Christians and Muslims were kind of failing.
I think there's probably more to be said on that. Probably might want to add some like intellectual nuance to that. But like, I mean, my point is like, I mean, what do you? I mean, okay, like, do you believe in anything metaphysical? I guess.
I do. What is wrong with believing in that?
No, I'm asking if you do because
I
I mean,
know. I do. I do
what
believe that the Ramayana was real. I do believe it happened the way that they said it happened. I
really?
do feel like it did. I don't have. I do. I don't. Wait. Do you not believe in this stuff?
No, I don't take Itihasa Purana like very literally. I see it more allegorically.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't. So, okay, so do you believe in the entire Puranic narrative, like as a like that is your basis for anthropology? Like that is that what you're trying to say?
I do believe that there are other worlds. I don't want to believe that this is the only world. That has never made any sense to me. I do believe that there is other worlds wherein other more advanced creatures exist, because I feel like that's also supporting evolution. That the gods would be a higher level of evolution with metaphysical powers, supernatural powers, and that seems like a very good point for one of the highest levels of evolution and stuff. So in that sense, it also does make sense, and because if you live in other worlds existing, it just makes a lot of sense to me. I just don't know why that these things make a lot of sense to me. Plus, the yugas, which makes so much sense to me, especially since all the predictions of Kali Yuga and stuff the world is having, and in fact, it has a lot more bad. It even has a lot of bad things that are which were not mentioned in the texts but do exist. So, except for a few things, I feel like the world is mostly a little bit worse than it probably was before. Therefore, I do feel like the world is having Kali Yuga and that the yugas do make sense. Along with this, I do believe that Ramayana does make sense, since in a time like Treta Yuga and stuff, mystical things could possibly exist that don't exist now. So I just feel something like this is real. Back to you.
Well, okay. Well, it just sounds like you want it to be real, which is perfectly fine. I kind of what I notice more or less is people will kind of like talk as if like kind of like advanced sadhakas. They'll kind of talk as if both of these worldviews are true in a sense, which I'm fine with. But there is that kind of you can see this is coming from like a polytheistic mindset. We really don't know, so maybe both of these are true somehow, or maybe let's just pretend both of them are true. But what I'm trying to say, like, it doesn't seem like you really act as if that's true. Like you're saying, okay, you think this is true. It doesn't seem like you act like it's true.
I know sometimes I have a little bit of a behavior like some kind of an atheist because just kind of seem cool and they've kind of hijacked that kind of like thinking like, oh, this is kind of bullshit. This is all. I know I have some kind of a behavior that is like them a lot because I don't really want to be too much of a just because I believe this is true that means I have to be. But is that what you mean?
No, that's it. I notice that like people that are like I honestly became more atheistic practicing like doing religious stuff like actively. Of course, I'm still part of the like I'm still an Aztec. I've always been like I
No,
stopped.
I understand
I
that.
didn't exactly stop. I didn't stop being an Aztec. No,
That's
I didn't
true.
stop being an Aztec, but I became more atheistic practicing the religion. But it sounds like you less practicing it. You believe in all these like kind of magical things.
Actually, the weird thing is, while you were spending more time practicing the Hindu religion, I was actually spending more time being in love with things like science and technology and astronomy and planets and biology and animals and stuff. And I was much more interested in things like computer science and programming. I've noticed one thing very weird, and I think you have just proven my point. Would you like to know what that is, actually?
Sure.
So, you know how most people. So, actually, the more I used to be a little bit not. I'm not. I was never an atheist my entire life, but I'm not. This is not like a David Wood style. I used to be this devil. I used to be an atheist back in the days when I was a child or a teenager. During that time, I was like a literal devil's incarnate, and I went around breaking into places thinking that morality is just something that people gave into me, and I rejected everything about it and just killed everyone, that morality is like God, just something that people teach you, but in reality, there is no such thing just because you cannot see it. So I killed everyone, I destroyed everyone. I thought that since we are evolving, that means I reached a new level of evolution where I don't have emotions, and I want to. It's not like that. And then eventually, he met this guy named I forgot Freddie, Frank, Ed, or some other
You
Frank.
don't need to tell me a story. I
I
know the
know,
story.
because you also watch David Wood a lot. It's not like that. It's not like that kind of a thing where I used to be an atheist, but then someone convinced me, or just by reading science, I actually became a theist. I was a theist since the beginning of my birth till the end. In fact, throughout my whole childhood, I used to love watching Hindu mythology stuff, and it was always really interesting to me. And I also believed in it a lot. I always wondered why people think that Mahabharata is not true, because I was like, it is true. And once me and one of my when I was in first grade, or was it second grade, or it was once in first. I used to live in Singapore, as I said in my Alan the Jackal channel. I used to live in Singapore for the first 8 years of my life. So during this time, I went to this thing. I went to this place called Tanjong Katong Primary School. They have primary school in there. So I had something called P1, which is first grade, P2, and stuff like this. So when I was in P1 or 2, I think, well, I had this one Muslim friend who was from Indonesia, and he was all, and I was discussing with him about the Trimurti, about how Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma did stuff, and then how Brahma created the whole universe along with Shiva and Vishnu and everyone else. And he then said, but my father said that our Muslim God created everything. And then I just thought for a second, thinking that yeah, I think that they just created different places. I began to think that India as a country was created by Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma, but like Arabia or something was created by Allah. I know it sounds weird. That's kind
Okay,
of
okay,
what I used to believe in my second grade.
okay, okay. Let me stop you there. This is kind of the problem. Okay, let me add to that previous point. Okay, so right, I was in a they say like a nightclub, right? And I met this woman, like, and she was telling me like, oh yeah, yeah, I believe like, well, she was telling me she was essentially saying like she was also saying she like believes the Ramayana is yeah, that's like is like a historical fact, right? And then I was like, it's like only the people that like kind of like really lower on the spectrum here are gonna be saying stuff like this. I've noticed this. And like, because like, okay, so I would say my personal beliefs align more with Jaiminiya Karma Mimamsa. Like, we do things and they work, right? Okay, so they did like a study of the Atiratra Agnichayana, like guys from Harvard, a bunch of Fritz Stahl. They saw it, like they did the ritual and it rained every time they did it. Okay, we do stuff and it works, and we don't really need to
So,
know much more, honestly.
so
Okay, we do stuff and it works.
you're very centralized on the belief of karma, just like my dad.
Not no no we don't need any beliefs. We just do stuff and it works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is I would say like I mean Shankara Matam is my party policy in a sense. I'm never gonna
Like,
always stand by it, right?
like if you would say in Abrahamic terms to kind of make it sense to people who follow, who don't really understand what you're saying, you would say something like, he is your prophet, just to make it sense to some people, even though he's not exactly like that.
Uh no, because a prophet teaches something new. Okay, he was teaching what was already there. He was just kind of reviving it.
Oh, you mean like he wasn't someone who gave some new message, but so then he would not. Oh, sorry about that. He would not be like your prophet, but he'd be more like what is considered to be a guru in Sikh religion to you.
Oh my, no, 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 because they have a weird understanding of guru. Of course, I mean it's valid. You can interpret things different ways, like divine
Yeah,
wisdom.
I don't think he fits into any such category.
He's an acharya. He's an acharya. He teaches by his example.
But if a Christian or a Muslim or some weirdly
That's the thing.
not
We don't
really,
need to explain these to them. We're not.
I
We don't
know.
need to evangelize. We
I
don't need
know,
to.
I know. You don't need to explain it to them. I'm saying if a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew or some weird person of a dharmic religion who doesn't really understand things by non-Abrahamic terms, if they said that this guy is your prophet, would you find it to be a little offensive,
No,
or
I wouldn't find it offensive. No.
like would you accept it if they thought of it as prophet? Be like, I mean, if you take it as that, that's fine, I guess. Would you be like that?
Yeah, if they take it as that, that's fine. Yeah, but that's not how I see things.
I know. There's no proper term for this guy, but
No, there are. They just don't know the words.
yeah. So I would just say for people who have like a really Abrahamic mindset, just let them say as whatever they can, as long as it's not too offensive or something. Because just let them do that.
I don't.
Anyway,
I don't see how this would happen too much. Honestly, I don't think this would ever happen. Like I would ever have to be like I've never been asked is Shankaracharya my prophet, except for you.
oh yeah, I know.
I
I
never.
guess
This is not what we need to focus on.
yeah, I think because I've been too much watching more and more people who have a part of. I think it's because long ago I was a little bit into Abrahamic religions to see what they're like, to see whether they truly are like Hinduism, like they say they are. But I didn't really get, so I kind of got a little bit too into like Abrahamic ideology. And also because I live in the United States, where an Abrahamic religion is the most, what's it called again, followed one.
I
So
don't know if that I wouldn't say that's exactly true. It seems like it's more Epicureanism. Like I don't think they think too much about it or take it seriously too much.
Yeah. So
That's
I
my
began.
and I live in the Bible Belt too. Like it's not what I really sense. When I was younger, it was kind of more of a tribalistic thing for them. But like people grow up and it's not really something meaningful. Stops being something meaningful anyway.
But yeah, I think most people have like that kind of a thing. But I think I should finish talking about how my whole thing, because I think you asked one of the questions I have not answered yet. Is it
Wait,
okay
what
if
was
I
that?
do? You were asking like what like I and then I started talking about how I became like how the more you did your religious practices, then you became more and more a little bit less religious, a little
No,
bit less.
I became more rational. I became more
Yeah.
rational. Yes.
Yeah, you became a little bit more rational thinking and stuff like that, not so super. So how did I become a little bit more of a lot more stronger of a theist than just a mild theist who didn't really care as much as I do right now? How did I become like this? I guess.
Well, it
So
just sounds like you weren't thinking about it too much.
I know. So the like I used to be like I in fact have always liked science and technology and things like that. I was
Okay.
always into these kind of things, and also it also became a little bit because religion is typically against things like LGBTQ and extreme feminism and stuff like that. It was a good like shield against them, so I kind of got a little bit of an like Andrew Tate mindset, like how he joined Islam simply because they're very strong in their values and stuff. So
That
I
is
kind
not
of
why he converted. It was a political move because he's going to jail and he wanted like supporters that will stand by him no matter what.
oh yeah, that's kind of what happens with their religion, but like okay, that's maybe not. I think it's more of how David Wood or David views the way reason why. Because like he was saying once, like Andrew Tate joined because he was afraid of this women people or some people joining Andrew Tate's team because they're afraid of women getting too much. So I kind of had a little bit of that kind of an attitude, wherein I wanted to join. I wanted to be an even stronger religious person because religion is against things like this ultra viewpoint of like feminism, LGBTQ, and all these kind of things that which atheism seems to be supporting. And I was against them mainly. So, and also because like vegetarianism is not exactly something like I'm actually, as I once told in David Wood's video, the ex-vegetarian chicken lover. By this, I mean to say I used to be a vegetarian, but I was raised a vegetarian. My mom and my dad always wanted me to be
Wait,
one.
do they eat onions and garlic?
I mean, yeah, they do, but
Okay,
that
so they're considered apostates from Brahmanism.
oh, that's kind of I guess.
This is the thing. Like, okay, not to be racist, I there's a somewhat tension. Like you know about
It's
Perryarism, right?
what's Perry? What? Oh,
There,
Perry. Oh,
you
you mean Perryarism? You mean the socialist Dravidian movement?
yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that one. It's based on one of the most stupid things the world has ever created, the Aryan invasion theory.
No, it's not. Okay. Let me speak. Okay. No, it's not. It's a okay. So in the British, after the Polygar Wars, okay. So all the Brahmanas don't have patrons anymore because the kings are just like deported or defeated, And so what do the British do? They make them join their schools, and then they start these Brahmanas. They start helping the British colonial service, like clerks and whatever. And so then the rest of society sees this and they're this is like this is just such a slap on the face. Like we help support your lifestyle for how many countless generations, and then you're going to turn your backs on us just for money, and then still rub it in our faces as if we're inferior to you. You're nothing. And this is the source of that tension. This is the source of that tension. Okay.
Until now, I thought it was some that Periyar was some kind of a Dravidian separatist movement, but I
No,
think
he didn't want to. Of course he wanted. He was interested in self. He was okay. Look, he's crazy. He's crazy. He's a crazy guy. Just off the bat, he's a crazy guy. He's not even a cool guy either. But he is. He took advantage of that anger in society. He took advantage and put himself on top as the guy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna save you. You know, it's not
Oh,
exactly a secessionist movement because like he didn't want to separate himself from the Gandhian Republic, but he definitely was against religion. I don't like the guy. Let me tell you, I don't like the guy.
I
But
know.
there's two sides to every story.
I know. I guess so. That it's like So yeah, I guess so. So he's not the olden day Udaini Stalin or something, isn't he?
The what?
So he's not like the previous Udaini Stalin, like Udaini
Oh, what?
Stalin.
What? They no. He's like a predecessor to Udaynidhi, but it's not
Yeah,
exactly. They probably differ on a lot of things. Like
yeah, because Udainidhi is, I think, he's a little bit more of a Dravidian separatist kind of. I hate Sanatan Dharma, but this guy would be a little bit more of a Brahmins betrayed us to the British kind of. I hate Sanatan
no,
Dharma.
no, no. That's the whole. That's why the whole thing is popular. I don't think anybody. Probably like a handful of individuals actually probably believe in like this whole separatism. Okay, it's not. That's not the reason for the popularity. The popularity is this betrayal, this like kind of this backstabbing, this taunting, right? That's the reason for the popularity. If you go like you see Uday Nidhi, he's a Christian. He's a Christian, or he's a secret, or he tries to say he's a Christian. He's actually a communist. He probably wants to get rid of all religion if he gets enough power. But his mother is a Shakta. His mother is fairly like obviously like kind of like you know what I mean. Like you'll see like these kind of
Yeah.
like Murugan worshippers like kind of like
Like
devoted
Skanda
women.
worshipper, Skanda, Valivela, that kind of people, the people who worship
I don't
Kartikeya.
exactly know her personal beliefs, but she definitely presents herself as an Astika, right?
She presents herself as a
Yeah,
Nastika,
you seen her. You see her mother. She marks her forehead, everything. Like
as an Astika or a Nastika.
and Astika is
Oh,
Astika. Whoever stands by the Vedas. So a bunch of groups, right? Like a bunch of
yeah.
Shankaras, Vaishnavas.
Typically, typically that's the term meaning theist, while Nastika
No,
means
no, no. How we define theism is belief in the Veda. You
oh
can be essentially be a non-theist and stand by the Veda, and you're still an Astika.
oh now I understand. So she was a really strong Astika person.
Well, that's how she presents herself. I
Mm.
haven't met her, but like I'm just saying that I'm just giving some background on Uday.
Nobody's probably met her because like these are like politicians, like famous people.
Well, I'm just saying I haven't met her. That's it.
I know, so yeah, but she presents herself as like really Vedic person.
No, she doesn't talk. I'm just saying like
Oh,
that's how like her personal beliefs are not of her sons.
oh, okay. So and what else?
No, I'm saying okay, these
Oh,
people they take advantage. It's not even a separatist movement. It's just really like just kind of it's still just kind of banking off of this resentment that is there in society. Like you have to understand, this is you're in some. I don't want to blame you, but you are kind of perpetuating this. Like you, brahmanas are essentially supposed to be the servants of society. They live in agraharams. They don't have any monetary interest. They do all these rituals for the benefit of society. They do all these things. They can serve as ministers. They can help. They it's kind of nice. Like it's like
they're supposed
these
to be the
people
most good people.
not well. It depends how you define good. They're the people with the most responsibility.
Oh yeah, like the most responsible people,
Yeah,
or the most people who are supposed to be the most.
the problem with this, it makes them develop some sort of ego. They're the most important people. So even when they leave this kind of very renounced lifestyles, they'll still carry this egoism with them, you know. And they're like, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. This is like you. There was a fine balance going on in Varnashram Dharma, and it just tipped, and now I don't think we could ever come back from that. Which is fine. It's not like we need to like you know do anything per se. Like it is there's some kind of peace in the powerlessness.
Yeah, I used to think that the reason why they developed an ego was because Brahmanas were like the whole, I am the closest to God, I am the most holiest people. Everyone else is dirtier and filthier in the eyes of God than me. I
No,
thought that was what
everybody
developed
is
the
filthy.
ego.
Everybody is filthy. Shastra is incredibly germophobic than anything, right? People aren't supposed to touch each other outside of their immediate, like close family members. They're not supposed to touch. There's no handshaking. Handshaking is complete lechatva. Okay. There's what do you call it? Like yeah, yeah. There's no touching. Like, you're supposed to avoid each other, basically. And
Mm.
it's a sense, the fact that these people need to shake each other's hands, like they need to shake each other's hands, hug each other, because their own parents never touched them enough when they were younger.
Mm. That's
This is the whole,
really
this is the whole logic. This is the whole logic behind promiscuity as well, in other forms.
okay. So I honestly don't know where. I think we've just gone away from the main thing I was trying to say just now so much that I think we've gone to. I think we've. I don't really know where we got to these exact conversations, but yeah, I was a younger person. I was in love with Hindu mythology, but I was also really in love with science and technology. I was a very strong theist, but not really fighting. I was a very strong theist, as in I strongly believed in the existence of God, but I wasn't exactly the kind of strong theist who, or especially in the belief in multiple gods, but I was never exactly the kind that of which found it so important to believe in God and all these kind of things. But then slowly and slowly I was, and eventually I even became a little bit milder, as in I didn't really care that much about the existence of God. I was a little bit more interested in like science and technology and like computer science, which was my main passion for a very long time. It still is
So,
sort of
so
my
are you
passion.
working, or
I'm not working. I'm going to go to college next year, but I was working on. My dream was always to be a computer scientist, as an owner and an entrepreneur of a tech company. So that is kind of what I wanted to do. In the midst of that, I was studying about things like how a computer works, like CPU, and I was studying this from my childhood itself, like things like CPU and operating system. So I kept on like getting into my brain things like, so what if the universe? So I began to see a whole bunch of there needs to be an organizer and a designer of the entire universe. That kind of makes a lot of sense for there to be a designer or a developer of the universe. And it doesn't make as much sense for the universe to be created out of nothing, out of nowhere. And so that's kind of where I got the idea that theism is the only is the most logical solution in reality. It became really weird because all the atheists were like, the rational thing is to always believe in no God, but I began to feel like that's not actually the thing. Like I began to feel like even if you feel it, like the most rational thing to do is to believe in God. That's the most scientifically accurate thing. In fact, when
it
I started,
depends how you define God. Some people define God as nature, and that's what they believe in, right?
I don't really, I never understood that. I always understood God and nature as sort of
Okay,
separate
do you think
entities.
God is in classical theism, like a sky daddy?
No, I don't think like some kind of a person in the sky with a beard. No, that's just a human. Nor do I think he has a form or a thing. I don't. But he does manifest as beings like Shiva and Vishnu in terms of taking a form of himself. But he is actually the supreme entity that of which is the essence of the universe, the spirit of the entire universe itself. That's what I mostly believe Almighty God to be.
Okay, well,
I
you're
don't,
still pretty young. You should, go study more. Whatever whatever inspires you to go study some scriptures. Try and get an idea for yourself, like like try and like develop your views.
I don't really want to go too much because I don't believe in any specifically scriptural version. I think I let my brain as
What
well, my mind,
even
tell
know
me
what's in
what.
the scripture?
Yeah, because it was my not just the scripture, but my brain and my logical thinking itself that made me think even more and more closer to the idea that there probably is a God and most likely is a God, and even to levels that there certainly is a God, and it's not
See,
really very smart to not
you're
believe in him.
defining God as the sky daddy. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean like a designer and an organizer,
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean by sky
of the
daddy. That's
universe.
what I mean.
If that's like, I don't mean by Sky Daddy. I mean like, what would you call the CPU of like of like a hardware or something?
I don't know. I don't know this stuff.
So I would say, because I think you need to study a little bit more of computer science if you want to understand this. Because I don't believe in some person who created the universe. Because again, that's weird to me. Even the Christians don't believe in something like that. That's just how it
No,
was.
no, yeah, we believe there is some unknown thing we don't know because it's if we know it, then it's not the ultimate, right? Okay,
Hmm.
so it's
Yeah.
unknown. We don't, and then and then it manifests in knowable forms to us, Devi Devata.
Hmm. That is really nice.
This has always been the basis. Wait, what?
That's always been no. Continue.
No, that this is the basis of like all polytheistic cultures. Like
Oh yeah, like a manifestation of a force, like the sun or the sky,
well, yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, but yeah,
or the manifestation of the universe in case it is Almighty God. I think I understand what you're
see,
saying a
the
little
thing is,
bit.
like, you're thinking too theistically. You're thinking too. This is the thing. I don't see myself as an atheist or a theist. Like, you're thinking too much in terms of a sky daddy, right? It's just it's. There's always been existence. There's always been existence.
Mm.
Like, I mean, you say you're coming from like a Shankara background too, so I mean, you should probably like kind of familiarize yourself.
I've never really. I didn't even know that this was a very odd that Ayers were very Adi Shankara related.
That
That I
no,
thought it
that's
was
the
more
whole
of the
thing with
Shaiva
IU.
people. Until now, I used to believe that Iyer was the Shiva worshippers and Iyengars were the Vishnu worshippers in Tamil Nadu.
No,
In
Ayers
terms
will
of
worship
Brahmins,
Vishnu too.
I know it's not until this exact live stream that I began to understand what you're saying. Until then, I believed the other thing.
Okay, well that's okay. That's okay. I mean, we're all learning, you know.
So I don't really. So because I never thought of Ayers as related to, I used to think of Ayers as related to Shiva or Mahadeva rather than Adi Shankaracharya, and because of this, I used to feel like being an Iyer means that my traditional family line should be more into believe into worshiping Shiva and having devotion into him than following and understanding the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya. Not worshiping him, but like looking at his teachings and learning from him, which is
It's
what you
okay to
said.
worship him.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't really
Yeah,
study on Adi
yeah. I
Shankaracharya.
get, I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like you said it. Yeah, yeah. We're all learning. You know, we can all improve. There's always room for
So
improvement.
yeah, and I've never really known much about Adi Shankaracharya itself. I did go to one of his temples recently when I was in California with my cousins, actually. But otherwise, I don't really think I've ever learned much about him. So,
What do you mean? One of his temples?
like, I think not his temple, but like it was like it's in California. I think it's either in San Francisco or in Fremont, one of the two cities in the state of California, which is where my cousins live, Sanjay and Samya. They're very little children. They live with their parents. My uncle, who is an Iyengar, who is their father, is actually he works there, and so his family, which is his wife, aka my mother's older sister, and her two children live there. So we were going to visit them. So we went to the local temple of Fremont or San Francisco. There they have a section with a Shivalinga with actually eyes and a tilak of Shiva. It's they have that on the Shivalinga. I don't know why. So they have this, and that is the Shiva Puja area. Around there, they have pictures of Adi Shankaracharya and his life, actually. Pictures of how
Well, that just
Dharma
means
was.
they respect him too.
Yeah, basically it was just a storyline of Adi Shankaracharya from the time when Lord Shiva was getting the gods coming, according to the story of how Lord Shiva went to Lord Vishnu and went to Lord Shiva and said, I want you to be the Dharma is dying in the world. People are becoming Buddhist more. People are becoming Jains more. People are becoming in India. People are becoming atheists more. There's a lot less Hindu theism in the world. People are just not following God anymore, as in one true, as in God anymore. No one's worshiping Shiva anymore or Vishnu anymore. So please go down and bring an incarnation that will save the Dharma and all that stuff. So it's Shiva decides to take the incarnation of Adi Shankaracharya and go down and save the earth. And then he just goes around teaching people. So that's all I know about his life.
Okay, so
He,
that's all hagiography. It's not exactly true. Um,
yeah, that's mostly that's
I used to believe in like these kind of hagi. Wait, what?
age. What's Aju?
Wait, what?
No, no, no.
No,
But
hagiography. It's like I said hagiography.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Okay,
Hagiography.
hagiography. It's like an exaggerated biography. Like people will make up stuff and like to like glorify him, and like this happens in a lot of things, right? The hadith is like this, like Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's also like this. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm kind of confused. I mean, like, what do you exactly want to do with your
I
channel?
don't know. Oh, I mean, I'll get to that a little bit after I explain all of this. So Adi Shankaracharya, I went to recently see all of him. So I didn't really, because we have a lot of time. I can finish this up, then I can get to your question. Is that fine, Archis?
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, well, I mean, I'm not sure what you're trying to say with your story. Like, I just kind of.
Yeah. So I was looking at it all, and I of course Shiva is my favorite, is my main deity in Hinduism. So I of course did my pranams and worshipped the Shivalinga.
We can
Afterwards, I
just say
went to
Dharma instead of Hinduism. It's pretty
yeah Dharma.
longer version, unnecessarily longer.
Oh, Dharma instead of Hinduism. Okay, so
Yeah,
Dharma. So he's my main. So I was going around and researching a bunch of. My brother was making jokes about Shiva's existence, like, you know who doesn't exist? Shiva. I think that's the main reason I started becoming a big theist, because like all the atheists just be like they just joke around and they want to just. I think that it's just a piss off people ideology, because like my brother had that kind of attitude, so that kind of gave me a little bit averse a little bit more towards his atheist ideology, because well he began to act like this. But that's not really the point. So along with this, I went to go around and see the whole story. I don't remember enough more than the Vishnu coming to Shiva to ask him to take an incarnation, but that's the main thing that of which I remember. So all I really know is he was the incarnation of Shiva, according to what is considered to be Hindu mythology. Although, well, that all I know is that's what he was considered to be, an incarnation of Shiva, and that he came to the earth and gave a bunch of teachings and songs and taught a bunch of things to people. That's all I currently know about him. I didn't really
okay,
research.
that's fine. That's fine. That's pretty basic. Some of it's a bit hagiographical, but like, I mean, my point is like, and you said that before, but like, what do you want to do with your channel? Do you want to be an apologist? Do you just want to? I'm kind of
Kind of be
confused.
an apologist. I don't really like that. Again, I said we'll get to that because it's not really this channel that of which I'm so important. I kind of want to finish all the other topics. I'm sorry. I just like to finish
Did you
certain
have like a,
topics.
a, a lineup?
Yeah, I mean, of all the things that of which you just said about how you just said you asked a bunch of questions. Like I was talking about this, how science and technology got me to be more closer to theism, and why, and about Adi Shankaracharya. So I wanted to finish these things up first, and then get on to.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I was just like, I thought you already kind of finished it because it seemed like it didn't really seem like there was anything else
Oh,
to be said. I got your points on those things.
oh yeah. So that's all I'm saying is that's all I know about him. I was never really big interested in Adi Shankaracharya. I mean, I know that he actually made a bunch of songs that I really like, such as the what's it called again? It's actually on my brother's channel. We were making a rap song based on Aigiri Nandini or the
He didn't
Mahishasuramadhini
write
song.
that. That was Ramachandra Kavi. He
Oh,
didn't write
because
that.
there was a bunch of other songs apparently that were made by Adi Shankaracharya.
Yeah. There's plenty Mohamudra Stotram, Kalabhairavashtakam, a bunch of things, but just not
Yeah,
that one.
a bunch of songs which I typically like, so that's why I kind of like this guy, but I never became like extremely liking with like my brother, who is of course a little bit more of an agnostic, so he doesn't really care about religion, but he is a big fan of rap and rap songs. He likes a lot of songs about by this one guy named Drake, who is a rapper. Have you heard of Drake?
Oh yeah.
Like this song called God's Plan and a bunch of other songs. Like, I mean,
He's French. Yeah.
if you think about it, God's Plan is actually Drake's way of being Adi Shankaracharya and singing a devotional
Oh
song
my!
about his
Do not make
Christian
that
self.
comparison. Oh my God! Do not. Just stop.
Yeah,
No,
I
do
will
not
stop.
say that, man. Just,
I will not say that because because like Adi Shankaracharya would sing a lot more of a nice tune and actually about the God, unlike Drake who would just sing a song and then mention about God's plan, but not actually about the attributes of the Christian God at all. So yeah,
Adi Shankar would have more in common with atheists than like theists.
but why?
Than like a Christian. He would have more in common with atheists than a Christian.
I would maybe that's true. Maybe that's why I'm not so interested in him himself because I'm obviously a little bit more of a theistic person
Like
than
you're looking for something like kind of more emotional. Is that what you're saying?
a little bit more of a like bhakti songs. I like those. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was
Then you, yeah, but the thing with bhakti, it's a yoga of emotion, right? It's a yoga of emotion. So you're gonna have to
hmm,
go. So you get that's what it is, right? It's bhakti means like budge. You're attached to something. So it's obviously like
oh
on emotion. It's not necessarily like it's not really like about logic or facts. You know, it's about emotions, right? It's not something for me. Maybe it's something for you, but
yeah,
you can go wrong with that. I mean, it's pretty easy to go wrong with that. You know, it's a path with
yes.
thorns.
It's a pan. Yeah, I would say so. But like, I mean, not like extreme bhakti, but like once in a while singing hymns about God is nice to me. But a little bit of rational think. I don't really associate myself with the highly emotional or the highly logical types of people. I think of myself as a little bit more in between.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, but I see. I'm more in the sense of practicality. I invoke certain deities for specific purposes, right? And I
Oh,
don't.
you don't care actually about the actual day. No, that's not to be confused with like rationalism or lack of religion. You're a little bit more of a for practical use. What I'm actually a little bit like that as well. I don't like to just do things simply out of the emotion. I like to worship the god and gods for specific reasons. It's just kind of weird because like if you look at it, this highly sentimental kind of thing is kind of what the devas did, like when it comes to the gods, like they god like the ultimate god, the under gods only worship them for only worship Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma for more of bhakti reasons,
Wait,
whereas
when were the devas emotional?
oh, they were not really emotional, but they worship God for but like the practical things like were more of the ways that us. I don't know about the devas and stuff, but like the asuras, I all I know is that the asuras were a little bit more of the practical use. Like they didn't care about God or gods unless they gave them boons. So otherwise, they didn't want to worship them. And I like to be practically thinking. It's just that I don't want to be like the asuras and stuff and just like get powers and get do stuff, but then start having like selfish motives. I just want to be a little bit more of a pure person when it comes to this.
then
I
you
think
can't necessarily. You're gonna cut yourself short. I don't see on a practical level correctly. That is not exactly worked out, right?
yeah.
You see
I'm
Srirangam, all those brahmanas, Vaishnava brahmanas slaughtered. Okay, didn't really save them, right?
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. I also like to be a little practical at times. I just don't want to be ultra asura type practical devotion and stuff, because that's only going to end up getting me on the path of adharma and getting myself killed by God because of my evil ways.
You're gonna have to do a lot of that, and it's not even the point. It's this, you're kind of talking too fantastically, right? Like it's a bit egoic, almost like saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want to develop too much power, so God doesn't come and kill me." Like, first of all these instances are
No,
mythological.
no, 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 no. If I want to get more power, but I don't want to be ultra evil with it and harm other people because of it, or be too selfish.
The power
Power is,
itself isn't going to make you evil. In fact, it'll probably make you more dharmic. Okay, more
yeah,
more.
yeah, but like if you look at it, the asuras used practical reasons, but those practical reasons often involve some selfishness, and once they get the powers from it, the practical use of it, then they'll start
You're
going
reading
around and
to
harming
you're
people.
reading it too. Okay, sorry. Let me speak. You're reading it too superficially. They're allegorical interpretations. Like I see Srimad Bhagavatam as a psychological text. You like, I don't really take these like super literal readings of Shastra, right? Like you're saying, oh, can you name are any of these even actually like historical places? Like you even take like Prahlada and like Hiranyakashipu. There's a temple in like Multan, Pakistan. I don't know. I don't know if Multan, but somewhere in Pakistan, right? It's supposed to be where that whole Leela happened. But then there's also Hobilam, like in Rayalaseema area, I think. And like that's also where it's supposed to happen. Where did it happen? Like it's just too many contradictions. You can't take this literally after a certain point. Like this is why I used to be in ISKCON, right? I'm an ISKCON apostate, and this like this whole literal reading, like it just doesn't make sense. And our hermeneutics are actually way more advanced than this. Okay, you can
Hermeneutics? What's that?
okay, like interpreting a text, right? For us, there are multiple ways. Like you can look at things like adi daivika, adi bautika, adhyatmika, right? Like spiritual, like supernatural, and like yeah,
Hmm.
like all these things. Like you can look metaphorically, you can look at all these things, and this is how we can like interpret text. Also, Dharma Shastra too.
Yeah, Dharma Shastra. So, I mean, I don't really understand what you're saying by that, but
No, you
yeah.
can interpret like you can apply the hermeneutics to Dharma Shastra, right?
Mm.
Like it's a nuanced thing. You can't look. Nothing's black and white necessarily. Like everything has a nuance to it, you know.
I know that's true. I think that I was sorry to cut you short. I just feel like this is not only getting a little bit too irrelevant to the conversation I was having just with you, but I feel like it's also I'm not fully able to understand this. I think if me and you have future conversations and future live streams, we will be able to, and if we collaborate a little bit more, we will be able to actually I'll be able to actually understand what you're saying a little bit better. But kind of let's just stay in point with what we're talking about, what I was just talking to you about, so that we don't digress from that a little bit too far.
So what was that? What were you trying to talk more about?
Oh, that and so yeah, basically, you get what I was just saying, right?
Yeah, I
So
told you I got your points, and I really like. I'm not really saying what more you have to say because it sounds like you're just saying the
yeah,
same thing again. So I'm
I'm
not really.
sorry. I just wanted I just even if someone does get what I'm saying, I still like to conclude in a very way that it feels right to me. Any kind of point that I'm trying to make or say, or any story I'm trying to say to tell people, that's kind of like a habit I've developed because I like to conclude well and introduce well because I've been a big orator my whole life, so I like to do things oratory style. So that's kind of why. So that's why I've never been interested much in learning about in learning about Adi Shankaracharya, so I don't really know much about him and what he taught. So I think I'll research a little bit more about him, and then maybe I'll be able to follow a little bit of his teachings. But I don't really know anything about that though. So thank you for giving me the information about Adi Shankaracharya. I will certainly look to him and probably look up to him as well, Archis. But what were you saying otherwise?
Okay, well, I was just saying, like, I mean, like, what is your goal with your channel? Like, to be an apologist, to be, I'm not sure what, I mean, I'm not sure what you're trying to do.
Oh yeah, this channel. So this channel is actually not the channel I'm trying to work on. This channel is so as I've said in my second live stream on this channel, as well as on my other channel, which is I've also said a few things on what's the other channel? Oh yeah, I've said it on this one and on the Alan the Jackal. You guys should check that out. That's actually the one where you first commented, like, don't give money to AP, that someone, and then we'll both talk together, I guess. So yeah, basically, you were telling me on that when I was announcing that I would go live on my channel on Alan the Jackal. So that's kind of what I was talking about, my whole life story and what I was planning to use my channel for. So, and I also did the same thing, but a little bit shorter, cutting out the whole where I was born, everything I did, and more cut to the chase of my YouTube history. That's the kind of stream I was doing on this channel. My second ever channel, my second ever video on this channel, where I gave a little, whereas I gave a little bit more, I gave a little bit more of an elaborated my whole life story and everything related to it, kind of a live stream on my Alan the Jackal channel. You can go check that out and see. But the point here is that on both live streams, I did make one point. This is not the channel I am planning to make for myself. This is a channel that of which I am just using to practice things like StreamYard, which is the software I'm using right now. I'm currently on a free trial. I'll only be able to use this for like 9 more days before I have to actually purchase it to ever use it again. But anyway, I'm still trying to practice this because this will be a great tool that I can use to learn all of its features and how it is like before I officially get into my next. So I'm actually planning to make a YouTube channel. I just don't feel very prepared for it. Because like when I made this channel, I wasn't very prepared for YouTubing. So I wasn't able to make and do any of my plans for this one. Like I originally made this channel when I was not so interested in religion and politics, as I said before, but I was more interested in gaming. So I want to make Minecraft videos, but I never actually did so because I was very, very lazy back then. My friends Varun, my brother Varun, and my friend Pranav, I wanted to make Minecraft videos with them, but I never did because I was procrastinating. I didn't really have the maturity or the responsibility, I feel like, to actually, like, you get what I'm saying. You need a certain level of like mature, responsible diligence in order to be able to make a YouTube channel and a YouTube videos, which is why most YouTubers are usually like 15 to 17 years old and above, not really like 11-year-olds like I was, because those people don't 11 to 12-year-olds, because those people don't really have the maturity to continuously make videos. So I wasn't really on that level back when I made this channel. So I wasn't able to become like this famous Minecraft YouTuber like I want to become. So I don't want the same thing to happen with my next channel. So that's why I'm practicing all these things, like going live a lot, posting videos a lot, and shorts, practicing all the skills I'll need for my official YouTube channel. So I don't seem like some failure when I make my YouTube channel. This is not the channel I have all my hopes for. This is the channel I was trying to have all my hopes for, but I don't want to make something big with it. I just want to keep this in the archives, and anyone who wants to see, like the Hatun Tosh channel, if you want to look at it, like David Wood, he used to have the Hatun Tosh channel, but then he gave it to Hatun Tosh and then just made his own apologetics roadshow channel. That's kind of like what I'm planning to do with this one, except I'm not going to give it to anyone. I'm just going to not make videos on this anymore. It's just going to be an archive channel. But no, it's still going to be mine and only mine. The real channel I have hopes for to actually become this famous YouTuber with a whole bunch of great things on is something else. Do you understand that?
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. I didn't know you introduced yourself. But I'm just saying, you want to be an apologist. I don't think you really know enough to be an apologist.
Oh! You want to wonder what I'm going to do with the next channel? So yeah, this is first of all, I'm sorry for reiterating. I'm sorry, but this channel is just my practice channel before I make the next channel, and it'll eventually become just my archive. You can come look in my previous videos channel, and it's been a really great channel, but it's not really the one I want to become famous with. That's the another channel which I plan to make really big. I plan to make like an Instagram and a Discord for it, and in that one I won't exactly become like a big apologist, but I think I'll just be an apologist for whatever I do know. Not like your level of dharmic apologist, but like a little bit more of a whatever I know, both apologetics and a little bit more of a religious politics, like a little bit more of a I like to be both a Hindutva and I'll be a little bit more of a Hindutva supporter, like Sham Sharma type of ideology, and I'll have a little bit more of a Hindu apologetics style thing. I'll do both essentially, both the political and the apologetics field of religion. I will be doing.
Okay, well,
Along,
yeah, it sounds like you don't know enough for that. That's what I'm trying to say.
which
No,
one? The
no offense to you.
apologetic? Yeah, no. Which one? The
No
apologetics or
offense to you, but
the?
you're saying you just want to defend.
Huh?
Well, both honestly, because you even know the roots of Perriarism. I'm telling you, like you don't. It is no offense to you. No, you're
I
great.
know. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
really
saying
know enough for
like it
that.
doesn't seem like you
Again,
know
this
enough
way.
to really be
I
effective.
know. I don't know enough for these. I don't even know enough.
No, like you're saying, you
That,
just want to defend what you know, but what you know isn't enough.
I
Okay, you
know.
can finish what you were saying. You finish.
I would like to learn a lot of things. Like that's also why I don't know much. I don't really. I've learned most that I can, but not enough. I feel of many of the things like YouTube Shorts and a few of the softwares, such as Crazy Video Maker 2 and Splice, that I want to be using to make YouTube Shorts. And I've not learned enough about these softwares, and I need to research a little bit more into DaVinci as well, and all the editing softwares and all the live streaming applications. I want to, and making shorts and live streams and videos itself on YouTube, a lot of things that of which I am essentially trying to practice of YouTubing itself. So forget an apologist or a political YouTuber commentator, political commentator, or a gamer or anything else I'm trying to be, or a person, all the other things I'm trying to do on my channel, as well as teaching Hinduism and once in a while giving a bunch of Ramayana, Mahabharata teachings, and even a little novelizations. Forget all these things. I don't think I'm fully prepared for being a responsible and a good, successful YouTuber who continuously posts and knows all of the features on YouTube. I don't even think I know enough of this. So that's why I'm, in fact, doing this channel first. Because I don't want to, in the level I'm currently in, I don't want to start my new channel. I think I'll do a few live streams with you to learn a little bit more about Hinduism, and then I'll start my next channel where I actually get more serious into this stuff. The one I'm planning to become famous with.
So you're just gonna do gaming? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I would do gaming, politics, religious apologetics, and religious education. I'm going to be putting it into an education, into a political, and into an apologetics kind of a thing. I'll be defending Hinduism and Hindu. I'll be a dharmic apologist, just like you identify as that, and also a dharmic educationist, kind of like Shikshartakam. If you've ever heard of those guys, have you ever heard of them?
See the book.
No, Shikshartakam. They're
No,
this one.
the ISKCON people.
No, not ISKCON. Well, they are associated with ISKCON, and some of them are part of Hare Krishna ISKCON, but it's not exactly his ISKCON by Shikshartakam. Have you heard of the YouTube channel, the one
I've
which is like,
seen many of their things, right? Like they have subtitles a lot of the time.
they
I've
have
seen
like yeah, they're like they are in Hindi, but I don't know if you understand that, but they have English subtitles. They're this one Hindu apologetics, ISKCON apologetics, Hindu Hindu education area about Hinduism and the Shastras, and proving that it's like a little bit of an apologetics slash politics slash education kind of a religious channel, which is also the three realms of kind of the three realms of religion I'm planning to do: apologetics, politics, and personal education of the religion, like reading up Ramayana, talking about Ramayana and stuff. So that's kind of also what I'm trying to do on my channel, my next channel I'm trying to make. Along with that, gaming and other kind of political stuff that is not related to religion. And I just don't know. These are just the main things I'm planning to do. So yeah, religion, politics, video games, movie, video reactions, just fun stuff, just anything I want to do, I guess. But mostly gaming and religious apologetics and politics. Well, religious and non-religious politics.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, well that's great. I'm just saying, like, well, I think you get my point, right? You get my
Oh
point.
yeah. Oh yeah. But well, wait. I just wanted to finish. So yeah. So you should if you want to learn about what they are, you should watch Shikshartakam. They are an amazing channel. I want to do a
No,
little bit
I
of
know about them.
education like them.
I know who they are. I know their guru. I'll finish that. I know who they are. I know their guru. I don't trust them on a deep level. I like what they do sometimes, you know. I haven't seen them in a while, actually.
Yeah, that's fine. But like along with them, I also want to do a Sham Sharma style Hindutva politics videos. So that's my three realms of Hinduism, Dharmic apologetics, and Hindutva politics. Just Hindu teaching, and yeah, that's just basically what I'm trying to do.
Okay, Sham Sharma and these like Sabra Karvadis, they're okay, right? Like they're great. I mean, it's like
I don't want to be like as extreme as them, but yeah, kind of like what David Wood would be for Christianity.
then that would not be anything political. He's very apolitical.
Yeah.
He's more about the doctrines and the philosophy and well, more like you know, like kind of neutering the threat of Mohammedans. But like no, he's like probably the opposite. Sham Sharma, I do get a sense he has some understanding of like neo Advaitam kind of maybe, but like I don't think they're really trying to be Sampradayic. They're not really trying.
Like I don't really think he knows any. In terms of this guy, I don't think he knows as much about the. I don't think he really is like very Hindu religious himself. He's just trying to defend Hinduism, but he's not exactly a Savarkar or something who's an actual atheist, but just wants to be a Hindutva. I'm like not a Savarkar at all because like he just wanted to believe in. He doesn't believe in Hinduism, but he just fights for it. And
No,
Sham Sharma doesn't.
he believes in the civilizational concept. He believes in God in the sense of nature, like he's like God is nature. He believes in Varnashrama Dharma. He probably I'm like that in some sense. I don't believe there's like this personal God that's gonna save me or anything. Like I sympathize with them a lot. The Stavra Karvadis. I just think I've grown out of it. I don't think it's really. I don't see eye to eye with them. I don't think they're really going about things in like the most like nuanced way.
Yeah, I think I can
they're
understand.
kind of a disturbance in some ways.
This is I know that they're kind of a disturbance because I mean I don't because like the Savarkarvadis are a little bit too much of a. I'm not like what Armin Navabi would typically describe as a Hindu. Like this guy like first of all the thing I wanted to talk about this guy is just that he's like way like if you look at Sham Sharma, if it comes to Dhruv Rathi or what's his name again? If you look at Dhruv Rathi or the other guy, his name is Rahul Gandhi. When they say something stupid or something, he'll instantly go against these people and instantly just talk about how dumb they are. But when it comes to this guy who's even way worse than any Dhruv Rathi, Akash Banerjee, Rahul Gandhi that exists, this one guy, Armin Navabi, who's worse than all of them, you'll just see that he doesn't really care to be like. He doesn't care to. In fact, he even brought Armin Navabi to speak for in his channel once, and even sympathize with him a little bit. So I don't really put my hopes on Sham Sharma for defending Hinduism enough. So that's kind of why the main reason I want to get into this, because I don't feel like anyone's enough. Like
Oh yeah.
all the great like Hinduism supporting defending people, Kushal Mehra or Sham Sharma or the Shikshatakam people, they'll talk about Dhruv Rathi and Rahul Gandhi and Akash Banerjee and how stupid they are for like 5,000 hours. But when it comes to Armin Navabi, who I'm actually going to roast a lot in my next channel, like
he's been roasted like on Twitter. It happened more on Twitter, right? But he was
like, this guy is actually
dunked on.
Like, he's completely stupid. Like, he says the most stupid things of all time. He's just against, like, everyone else. At least they're against Hindutva. Like, he doesn't even, like, all he has is a bunch of people who dislike. Like, if he doesn't like if he was a person who just didn't like the Hindutva people, who gave him death threats when he made the Kali boobs thing, then people started to give him death threats and stuff and try to attack his family. If he was upset with those guys, I would understand. Like, I don't really, no offense, I don't mean to be like this horrible person, but like, I'm not really against, but even sympathize with the people who like, I don't really want to say this, but when the people like show a little bad about his mom and stuff, like not the attacking her, but like sexualized his mom and then just gave it to him. I'm not like completely in line with those people. Don't get me like to be this sick, disgusting bastard kind of a person, but I was a little bit sympathetic and not so against those people, because like, he did something about someone that Hindus think of as their mother. So if they're not going to at least give in fact, a little bit of a revenge, then it's not really exactly fair. I mean, freedom of speech should not be hypocritical.
Yeah, no, he definitely has psychotic trauma. He tried to kill himself like when he was younger.
Oh yeah, that's what I keep on talking about. Like I keep on whenever I talk about whenever I think about him, I always think about how dumb he was, because he continuously tried to commit suicide for the worst reason possible. Like, he is so roastable on so many levels. Like, have you heard I even gave him this one nickname, the choking goat, because like his voice sounds like a goat, but it's like it was choking. I like this. Like, it sounds such a high pitch. Like, it, not even to forget glass, our eardrums will break. He just sounds so high pitched. It's so annoying. And on top of that, like his voice itself sounds like Susanna, his friend, should give him cough drops. But on top of this, he also tried to kill himself when he was a child multiple times because he was afraid of going to hell. And then once he tried to pray to God, but God did not come in this like this is what he thought God is, which is why he doesn't understand God. Because I believe God is this like the similar thing to what you would probably believe, some cosmic ultimate spirit. At least that's what I believe, a cosmic and spirit of the universe rather than some Sky Daddy. But that's what he thought, Sky Daddy. And just because a Sky Daddy didn't come in front of him, apparently he decided to take it all out at all religions. A person like you who doesn't believe in this Sky Daddy to be God would obviously understand how stupid it is for a person to just like have a grudge against religions just for being religions, regardless of anything, simply because a Sky Daddy didn't come in front of him. You would understand how dumb that would be, right?
Well, I think he's a child. He was a child, right? I'm not gonna blame him too much, but it's
but like he mature later on. Don't have such a grudge against religion even afterwards. Like, fine. He has some trauma. I can understand that. But like the fact is, even then, he like most of what he says, he doesn't seem to understand anything that he says. He doesn't even seem to understand what he doesn't seem to know what he's talking. Like on so many accounts, what he says is just he's not qualified to talk about Hinduism at all or make any. He doesn't even to be taken seriously anything he says. And like my problem with this guy is he is so much worse than all the rest of the people that Sham Sharma could roast for 1,000 years. This guy is way more roastable. His voice is one thing. He tried to kill himself multiple times as a child. He tried to pray to God, and the Sky Daddy didn't just come out of nowhere in front of him, so he decided to get a grudge against all religions. And then later on, he started to say the most dumb things of all time. I actually think he has autistic syndrome. You know that, right? Autism.
Yeah, no, I think Armin Navabi is a pretty troubled person. We have this concept called inner emotional rant, right?
Yeah.
And he definitely has a lot of it. And the goal, what we should do is try and lessen that, try and get rid of it.
Exactly.
That's why I do a lot of like somatic practices.
Along with that, I also kind of think he has autism or something. I always make jokes to myself like about him being extremely special and apologizing to him about making videos on my next channel. I even make plan have make a talk to my practice to myself by talking to myself a little bit while in the bath while taking a shower about making videos wherein I tell him I'm sorry because that we all attacked you because that we all gave you death threats. It's really hard because you're a kid with special needs and we're not supposed to be bullying kids with special needs. We're supposed to sympathize with them. So I'm telling him I sympathize with your special needs. Like apologizing to him because a bunch of people try to attack his family and roasting him at the same time would be so funny. I even practice doing that in the shower sometimes because this guy is just so he actually sounds special or something.
Yeah, I mean, ask yourself, like, call them a sophist, like, ask yourself, right, the vegan.
Yeah, what?
There was a vegan atheist called Ask Yourself. He had an interaction with Armin
Oh,
Navabi.
you mean Alex, the guy Alex?
No, his name's Isaac. Isaac Brown.
I think so.
He's friends with Vegan Gains.
That is completely like of all the kind of people you would want to be friends with, Vegan Gains. That guy has admitted he's a sociopath a few times. Like
Yeah,
I thought
everybody
of,
has mental issues.
yeah, but like this guy is actually super violent. Like he's threatened to kill children. He was like, if fine, you don't have to feel sympathy that your grandpa died, but then he was trying to talk things like, but my grandpa died, but I don't really care because because if he ate all these things, so it's not really the right thing to eat. And I'm like, okay, fine, but just don't go around talking about everybody that you don't feel sympathy for and talking about how they ate something wrong, therefore they don't deserve any sympathy. Like this guy is actually nuts. Like
well, mental health is a spectrum, right? It's a spectrum. You can't be so worked up by these things. You gotta detach yourself. Like I kind of think about this too. Who should I really consider an enemy?
I know.
And probably the simplest, like Occam's razor type of thing, is just to I don't know, kind of negate everything.
But like, what is your opinion on like Vegan Gains, like the kind of person he is? Because you said that there's some trouble that of which Armin Navabi is. I also think he has childhood trauma because God didn't just come in front of him as a sky daddy, and therefore he hates all religion. That's like my theory that he just doesn't know that, but that's actually the real reason why. But like inside of
Vegan Gain, I don't know too much about his childhood. He didn't go to college, which is fine, he's definitely, he probably kind of has a bit of self-righteousness, but I don't really, he's also a bit racist, kind of a lot of a deep, like, kind of things that kind of, a lot of darkness in his, under the, you peel back the layers, a lot of darkness.
Oh yeah.
I don't hate him. I don't dislike him even. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's done a lot of interesting things. I used to watch a lot of his debates.
Oh yeah, but like here's the thing. So you know how most of us like meat eaters and like as I'm a
I'm not
chicken
a meat
eater.
eater per se.
I know, but like I am, but like most of us non-vegans and like vegetarians and meat eaters and chicken eating and defenders of like eating dairy and meat, most of us people like that. But most people think that the worst vegan or the biggest worst like vegan evangelist of all time is the vegan teacher because like she seems to be the most annoying person making a bunch of like videos that like were the dumbest thing and acting crazy and over passionate and emotional about things. Like we always think that the vegan teacher is the worst of them all, but then we realize that she's actually still very like happy and like positive about things, and at least she's kind towards animals, and that's the only thing. She's still crazy and really annoying, but she is certainly not the worst one. We begin to realize when we begin to explore into other people like vegan booty. I don't really want to say that because I want to keep this appropriate. Vegan booty, also known as Tash Peterson, who literally went into a football stadium and wait when people were just trying to have fun watching their football. She just drops in and then she starts like the whole flag thing about become a vegan for the animals, and then she does things like this, but then but then she doesn't even get arrested for it, and then she goes around protesting everywhere she goes and she doesn't get arrested. She shows her naked butt in front of areas where little kids would probably come, and then starts having guts and saying things about animals getting slaughtered and dressing like a cow in places where kids could possibly be there, and kept creating more childhood traumatized people like Arma Navabi. She just does this kind of stuff, and yeah, and then you realize, and she doesn't get arrested or anything for by anyone except for just being kicked out of the store, but no one actually sees her as a big problem in Australia. And that's kind of when we begin to not like somebody, not because they're annoying, but because they're annoying but don't face any consequences for it. Like you get what I'm saying about Tash Peterson, right? Yes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just not really something I'm worried about. It's not really something I lose sleep over.
Like vegan gains and vegan teacher are annoying as well, but they've always stayed legal. But vegan booty has actually committed crimes in her life. She's actually done crimes and broken the law and actively disturbed people, not online but offline, and gone around doing inappropriate stuff for kids in areas where there's probably going to be a lot of kids. So
I think there are worse people, honestly. I think there are worse people in the world.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think she's a lot more dangerous than the other ones like Vegan Gains and Vegan Teacher. Although Vegan Gains is also extremely dangerous because he seems like a mentally unstable person.
I don't think he's harmed anybody.
Yeah, but he just seems to have a mentally unstable, and that's like the thing. Him and Vegan, he has not harmed any person. He's not done anything illegal or against the law like Vegan Booty has done. So it's unfair to say that he's less dangerous or that he's more dangerous or worse than Vegan Booty is. But he certainly seems like this emotional psychopathic person that there's just nobody. But the thing is, people like
he's intolerant. He's an intolerant person. I don't think he's necessarily like he's a bit like he can be angered like I don't know, he rage quits sometimes, you know what I mean? Like he's definitely not like the paragon of, you know,
being a calm and collected person.
He's not exactly that, no, but he does stick to the decorum a lot of the time. I respect him for that.
Yeah, he's not like a pure villain, but he's not exactly some kind of a person we should see as a hero in our lives either. So anyway, Vegan Gains though is still not a kind of a person I would probably trust somebody if they are friends with, because he is still a very crazy person and seems to be very mentally unstable and just doesn't seem to be a person that of which I would respect people who associate with. So I still don't think that I would trust somebody who would. Vegan Teacher is also crazy, but she's more of like the not angry type crazy like Vegan Gains is. Like he seems to be a little bit more of the I want to kill people kind of psychotic crazy. So no, he's not the kind of person anyone should should be friends with or respect the people who are very associated with. But I don't even then the Isaac guy. But there's another guy named Isaac Butterfield who's actually. But here's the thing: Isaac Butterfield has commented on this guy. Like he's really crazy too. Vegan teacher, vegan gains, vegan booty. They're all very crazy. But you'll see YouTubers like Poncho and vegan and Poncho and Isaac Butterfield and a bunch of others. Who have in fact
Is Isaac Butterfield Ask Yourself?
not ask yourself. Isaac Butterfield is this other guy who is a comedian. He has a channel. You should go check it out where he talks about a bunch of stuff. Even Vegan Gains thought he was a little funny for a while, but he still sees him as his art. They're kind of arch rivals, Vegan Gains and Isaac Butterfield. They're like arch rivals or something, actually.
I thought his arch rival is Farage.
He's apparently arch rivals with Isaac Butterfield as well, because this guy's an Australian comedian who even makes fun of religion and Christianity once in a while. He's not exactly religious, but he doesn't really like veganism either. So he really doesn't like veganism. He makes fun of veganism. He even like makes like these fuck vegans like bacon, where he like puts bacon and then it says like fuck vegans or something like that on there. So I hope you're okay with me saying words like that.
Like what?
Like FUCK and SHIT.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, I try to avoid it myself, just in like.
You said you've been to a bar, so I don't think you're that kind of person who's like, let's keep it all pure. Let's not say cuss words, because like, I don't mean to be judgmental like that, but it's like yeah.
I'm not exactly like. I don't think words inherently mean anything.
Yeah, he was like saying those things like the fuck vegans, like the jerky, and he always like promotes that, especially in videos where he's making fun of vegans, like Vegan Gains or Vegan Booty or Vegan Teacher. That's especially when he promotes that. So if you don't like crazy vegans who act really insane or break the law for the sake of veganism, such as those three, you should probably check out his channel, because he has a habit of roasting all three of them, especially Vegan Gains.
It's not exactly something I concern myself with. Like, there's this whole kind of thing called like even your internet diet, you need to kind of watch it. You can't fill yourself with unnecessary things. That's my kind of philosophy.
Yeah. But you're saying this guy, the Isaac from that of which Armin Navabi is friends with, that guy is...
He's not friends with Armin Navabi. They just talked to each other once. They both
meet each other. They meet each other in the Atheists Ensemble as well by video.
So ask yourself.
I have seen a few videos of his, like a few short clips of his. I've also seen this guy Ask Yourself talking with... I've also seen the video where he was arguing about veganism with Armin Navabi. One of the videos wherein they were trying to argue with Armin Navabi arguing for meat and this guy arguing for veganism. So I've seen a few videos of this. So yeah. And I don't really think he's crazy or insane like the two people he's friends with, like Armin Navabi and Vegan Gains. Like, he seems to be a lot more of a sane, calm individual who doesn't seem to be mentally unstable like those two, but he still doesn't seem to kind of be the person I would be friends with, especially since he's an activist of both kinds of ideologies. I don't like veganism and atheism. He seems to be a very strong advocate of both of them, so he's not the kind of person I would ever want to be friends with. But
I don't think in terms of like people. I don't even believe in the whole concept of friends. Like, I don't necessarily trust anyone.
Yeah, I mean, like associate or someone whom I'm a little bit more on the side of than against, or just make videos with and associate with once in a while. I mean like that when I mean friends. like what me and you are currently doing. So I wouldn't want to do that same thing with him, because I don't think he's perfect in any sense. Like I don't think he's like I don't think he's so perfect, but I do think he's better than those two. But that doesn't mean he's the kind of person I would associate with, either for my values or do I think his own personality is really great, because he seems to also act a little self-righteous, biased, and annoying at times. So yeah. But on a whole note, he seems to be a lot more mentally stable than his friends. So that's the best I would give to him. But anyway, Vegan Gains and like the thing about it, Vegan Gains and Vegan Teacher and Vegan Booty, they are all crazy and insane. And Armin Navabi is also crazy and insane. And the person Armin Navabi doesn't like, Muhammad Hijab, is also an Ali Dawa. They both are very crazy and insane. But if you look at it, so many people who don't really like vegan people who are very crazy and stuff, those people have, like Isaac Butterfield and Pancho, they have made videos criticizing and talking about people like Vegan Gains, Vegan Teacher, Vegan Booty. And if you look at people like, they have criticized them and made videos about them. And if you look at what's the other person? If you look at videos about people like what's he called again? Oh yeah, Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawa, you'll see a ton of videos of both Armin Navabi and his friends, as well as David Wood and Apostate Prophet, making fun of and roasting Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawa and whatever they say and do. You'll see a bunch of other people making fun of them as well. So these are crazy people as well, but like they have had people make fun of them. So Dhruv Rathi is not that much of a better anti-Hindu person. He's not. I mean, Dhruv Rathi is also very anti-Hindu, and Rahul Gandhi is also anti-Hindutva, and says rubbish once in a while. And Akash Banerjee also acts like this. Yes, they all do act like this, but they are certainly, although they are one of them is a Hindu atheist, but even then, I feel like even though they're a little bit more secular and anti-Hindutva and anti-BJP and a little bit annoying, even then they still seem to be very strong Hindus. Like if you've seen Dhruv Rathi, he makes fun of Ramayana. He says bad about, he's against Hindutva and all these things. But if you've seen his videos, he will say that he still does believe in Sri Rama and does believe that Rama is the son, he doesn't believe he's the incarnation of Vishnu at all, because he's an atheist and doesn't, but he did believe that a man named Rama did exist. He was a virtuous king and was a very religious person. He also has made videos where he also has made a video wherein the people were like, this guy Ravana is the actually, let me show you that really quick because we have a lot of time left, because I just wait. Oh yeah, he's also called like a bunch of, okay, Dhruv Rathi, shorts, Ravana. So the thing is, even he has made videos like how Ravana is actually the bad guy and how Rama is not, but Rama is the good guy, Ravan is the bad guy. So he's not exactly like as bad, I think. So he is bad as well, and he's being treated, but he's like a little bit like over criticized by the Hindu, like the people like Sham Sharma, the defenders of Hinduism and stuff. He's a little bit over criticized. Like if you look at this video,
नमस्कार, क्या आपने वाल्मीकि रामायण पढ़ी है? अगर नहीं भी पढ़ी है, आप कहानी जरूर जानते होंगे। श्री राम अपनी पत्नी सीता और अपने छोटे भाई लक्ष्मण के साथ वनवास पर जाते कहूंगा कि किसी भी रिलीजियस टेक्स्ट की एनालिसिस के मैं खिलाफ नहीं हूं, चाहे वो रामायण हो, कुरान हो या बाइबल हो। इनफैक्ट मेरा मानना है कि अगर हम इन टेक्स्ट को बेहतर समझने की कोशिश करेंगे तो इससे लोगों को नए पर्सपेक्टिव समझ में आएंगे, लोग नए लेसन सीख सकते हैं। और ये जो कुछ लोग धर्म के नाम पर नफरत फैलाते हैं, उसे काउंटर इवन डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने भी कुछ बड़े फेमस पैम्फलेट्स लिखे थे, द रिडल्स ऑफ हिंदुइज्म या फिर द रिडल ऑफ राम एंड कृष्ण, इस तरह की डिस्कशन और डिबेट इंडियन कल्चर का एक बहुत ही इंटीग्रल हिस्सा रही है। इसने बनाया स्किल्ड पेंटर था। अब क्या इसका
विद्वान था, सारे वेद शास्त्र पुराण सब कुछ पढ़ रहा है
कई सदियों से और बहुत सी आइडियल
So in this one, he's actually talking in favor of Rama being the hero and Ravana
लॉजिकल
being the
डिबेट्स
villain.
भी देखी गई। बड़ा आर्गुमेंट जो रावण के फेवर में उठाया जाता है वो कुछ ऐसे है।
ठीक है, पता है कि रावण ने सीता का अपहरण करा, पर उसकी पॉजिटिव साइड भी देखो। पता है कितना बड़ा विद्वान था, सारे वेद शास्त्र पुराण सब कुछ पढ़ रखा था, इतनी कमाल की वीणा बजाता था, शिव भक्त था, ब्राह्मण था, जलाने लग गए पुतला ऐसे ही। पॉजिटिव देखा करो कुछ।
रावण एक बड़ा शिव भक्त था, ब्राह्मण था, इंटेलिजेंट था। तो मैं कहूंगा दोस्तों इन पेंटिंग्स को देखिए, है नहीं कितनी सुंदर पेंटिंग्स। क्या आप जानते हैं इन सुंदर पेंटिंग्स को किसने बनाया है? इन्हें बनाया है एडोल्फ हिटलर ने। क्या आप जानते हैं वो एक बड़ा स्किल्ड पेंटर था? अब क्या इसका मतलब ये हुआ क्योंकि वो एक स्किल्ड पेंटर था आप उसे रिस्पेक्ट देना शुरू कर देंगे? या फिर
I know, like, you don't understand Hindi, but you do understand what he's saying, right?
I was kind of looking at the subtitles, yeah, in and out.
Yeah, so he was saying that this guy was saying Ravana is the hero because, yeah, he kidnapped Sita, but what about the good qualities he had, such as him being a really great with a scholar, him doing this, him doing all of that. Like, I respect those as reasons for why you can personally like Ravana if you want. You want to see the positive side of him. You don't want to see the negative side of him. That's totally fine. You're allowed to like whoever you want. But when people, especially when it's against Hinduism, do these kind of things to just say that Ravana is should be the hero, Rama should be the villain, or that everyone should see him as the hero, or something like that, or saying that, like when people start doing like that, that's kind of where I get like this whole "you people are being crazy" thing. Otherwise, I'm actually am in favor of people liking villains like Ravana if they want. In fact, I actually in Mahabharata, I'm actually a little bit more. I like the villain side, the Kauravas, more than the Pandavas. But that doesn't mean that I start being like, oh, look at the good qualities of Duryodhana. That means that he's the hero. No, I like him because of other reasons. Because I personally think he was the one who was right. But that's a different debate. But when people start acting like this, like, oh, but look at the good qualities of Ravana, even if he was totally wrong in the context of the war that is the main story of this epic, you should still see him as a hero. It's like, who cares about that?
Do you know what Ravana means?
It means like someone who like cried loud or something like that.
No, it means terrorist.
I mean, that's Atankvadi, but yeah.
No. Ravana means terrorist. It means.
I don't know if that's exactly right. I think I'll research on that a little bit later, but yeah. So
No, see, like you see all these people's names. Nobody would name their children this. Okay, that's how you can see it's all like an allegorical thing. Okay, Duryodhana, like obviously something negative.
Like Ravana means roaring if you look at YouTube. I mean, Google. Anyway, yeah, that's.
No, it also means terrorist.
Oh, okay, I guess, but yeah, that's a different thing, I guess. So when people are like, I like Ravana more than Rama, like that's fine if you want to look at their personal qualities. But in terms of who should be the main protagonist of the entire epic, I think you should focus more on who was right in terms of the war, which Ravana's personal good qualities, like being a scholar, being a great everything else he was, doesn't really help. So in the terms of being the main hero of the epic, Ravana clearly cannot be like this. And most people who want to argue in favor of Ravana against Rama are typically they're just against Hinduism. They're like the Perivavadis, like Periyar. What do you call them? Periyar, yeah. They typically have his kind of mindset, Udayani Stalin mindset. We hate Hinduism, we hate Sanatan Dharma, or like the Khalistani people who make fun of Hinduism and stuff and call Hanuman a terrorist. Those are kind of the main people who like Ravana. They just hate Hinduism and they're Hindu-phobic. They want to erase Hinduism. Those are the main, like, I love Ravana kind of people, like the Satanists for Christianity. They just don't like Christianity. They think it teaches bad things. So to go against Christianity, they like Satan, who is the main villain in Christianity. So that's the main kind of Ravana fan people. So that's why I'm actually against many of them. Otherwise, like the villain if you want. That's totally fine with me.
इसे ले लीजिए, अहमद ओमार सईद शेख, ये एक ब्रिटिश पाकिस्तानी टेररिस्ट है। 1994 में इसने 3 ब्रिटिश और 1 अमेरिकन टूरिस्ट को किडनैप किया था इंडिया में। 1999 में जब इंडियन एयरलाइंस की फ्लाइट हाईजैक करी गई थी तो इंडियन सरकार ने 3 टेररिस्ट को रिलीज किया था, उनमें से एक ये था। बाद में ये एक वॉल स्ट्रीट जर्नल की किडनैपिंग में इन्वॉल्व था और 9/11 में भी इसका हाथ बताया जाता है। क्या आप जानते हो इतना इंटेलिजेंट था कि इसे प्रेस्टिजियस लंदन स्कूल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स में एडमिशन मिल गया था। उस यूनिवर्सिटी में अपने दिनों में ये चेस चैंपियन था, साथ ही साथ इसे 5 भाषाएं भी बोलनी आती थी। तो क्या इस इंटेलिजेंस की वजह से ये कम बुरा इंसान बन जाता है? ऑब्वियसली नहीं। सेम थिंग रावण के लिए भी एप्लीकेबल है। रावण चाहे कितना भी पावरफुल था, कितना भी टैलेंटेड था, कितने भी उसे वेद पुराण आते, जो उसने सीता का अपहरण करके क्राइम किया था वो कम बुरा नहीं होता। इसके अलावा रावण रिस्पॉन्सिबल था मारीच की मौत के पीछे भी। उसने मारीच से कहा था कि या तो मेरी मदद कर ले सीता को किडनैप करने में या फिर मैं तुझे मार डालूंगा। उसके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं बचा। मारीच ने सोचा कि मैं श्री राम के हाथों ही मरता हूँ। इसके अलावा अपहरण के दौरान सीता को बचाने जटायु आया था, उसे भी रावण के द्वारा मर्सीलेसली मार दिया गया। लेकिन रावण एक शिव भक्त था। क्या शिव भक्त होने का मतलब ये हो गया कि जो मर्डर का क्राइम है वो उसके लिए साफ हो जाएगा? कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि रावण एक ब्राह्मण था और ब्राह्मण आदमी जो होते हैं उनके अच्छे संस्कार होते हैं। लेकिन ये किस तरीके के संस्कार हुए औरत को इस तरीके से डिसऑनर करना? ऐसा क्यों है कि कुछ लोग आज के दिन भी लोगों की आइडेंटिटी को देखकर उसे अच्छा या बुरा कहते हैं, ना कि मैं जिसकी पूजा करता हूं ये भी उसकी पूजा करता है, और तो इसका मतलब ऑटोमेटिकली ये हो गया कि ये अच्छा इंसान होगा। मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता इसने किसी का मर्डर किया हो या कोई गलत काम किया हो, मैं बस आइडेंटिटी देखता हूं। सोचने वाली बात है यहाँ पर। रावण के द्वारा की गई कई और आप जानते होंगे कि आमतौर
So I think we should just, so if you look at that, you will learn that, you see, Dhruv Rati, he is also a little crazy with his secularism, his own agenda, but even he, you can see, has a little bit more of a logically thinking mindset. He won't just go ahead and just because he doesn't like Hindutva or because he doesn't believe in Ramayana, doesn't believe in Hinduism as a religion, but he doesn't believe in just because he doesn't believe in Hinduism, in Hindu mythology, he doesn't believe in Ramayana and its existence. He's an atheist when it comes to these things, and when he doesn't believe in Hindutva, he believes in secularism, Nehruvian secularism and stuff. Just because he believes in those things, like I don't like him either, but he won't be like, I believe in this, I don't believe in that, and simply because of that, he will become some kind of that simply because I am against Hindutva, I don't believe in Hindu mythology. That means Ravana is the villain, is the hero, Rama is the villain. He won't just to criticize. Even if he wants to criticize Hinduism as a religion, which he barely does, except for the mythology, he doesn't really criticize the values and stuff. But just because of that, he won't go ahead and support Ravana. He won't be like, because if you look at it, many of the atheists would find Ravana very nice to criticize. Like these people are saying because he was a Brahmin, because he worshipped Shiva, or he was worshipped the same exact god as them or the same caste as them, meaning casteism, and him just being a theist, that makes towards Shiva, that makes him a good person. He knows Vedas, that makes him a good person. So basically, the atheists should be the main people to argue with that, because they're the ones who usually are like, just because somebody knows religion very well, they're very religious and theistic, and they're the ones who are, even if you don't believe in God, you can still be a good person. And just because you believe in God, just because you are a Brahmin, a higher caste, they don't like casteism, caste system. So just because someone's a Brahmin, they're a good guy. They should be the first people to stand against that. Just because he was a Shiv Bhakt, meaning he was devotee of Shiva, that doesn't make him a good person. They should be against that as well. But so in that case, the atheists should be the main people to dislike Ravana and believe he's the villain, because he's acting just like all the people they don't like. Like just because he's a theist, just because he's a higher caste, suddenly that makes him a good person. But of course, these people will not like these people, and because of that, he's a good person. These are the main people who should go against that. But then if you look at it really, all these theists and religious people are more into the Ravana is the good guy, Rama is the bad guy, because they don't know anything. All they know is to criticize with a religion, that means that the hero should be the villain to us and the villain should be the hero to us. Like you get how that's usually how it works. And simply because of that, they're making Rama the villain and Ravana the hero, which I guess they understand about Rama's actions and at least how he made the Agni Pariksha thing, which it's still not really like, oh god, that makes him a bad guy, but like at least they understand one action of Rama, but they don't understand anything about what Ravana did. All they understand is that he kidnapped Sita, and they even believe it's because of love for his sister. They don't understand the full story at all, and they're already making Ravana the.
Because how many times have you read Srimad Valmiki Ramayana?
Never really read it, but I've heard of people the actual story. I'm sorry. I do have it. I do have it though, but why did you laugh?
Well, okay, you're talking about it like, oh, they never read the whole story, and then I asked you how many did you ever read it? Did you ever read it? And you were like, no. And I was like, okay. Wow.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't really know much. I have read a little bit of it. I've read a few other versions of Valmiki Ramayana, but not exactly like the exact version. But my uncle has read it. No offense to myself, but most of what I've seen is actually, don't get me wrong, but most of what I've seen is like what other people criticizing these kind of I love Ravana people, but because they know Valmiki Ramayana, and also because of Valmiki Ramayana stuff on Quora. So that's kind of where I also know about it. I have read the actual Ved Vyas Mahabharata though. That I actually have read. I mean, more of English translations like Bori Critical Edition and KMG, but I have read the Sanskrit ones a little bit as well though.
Can you read Sanskrit?
I can read Devanagari. I can read Devanagari script, and I know a little bit of Sanskrit because I went to SAFL.
The what?
I know a little bit of Sanskrit because I went to SAFL, which is like this one program called Sanskrit as a foreign language where you can learn Sanskrit. I went to that.
Gave you that option?
Well, it was my mom personally just sent it non-school related, but yeah, I've gone to that thing. So I know a little Sanskrit.
Interesting. Yeah.
Anyway, Ramayana is a little bit more of a. So basically, let's just get back to the point. So just because they want to argue with the Ramayana, just because they think that making the hero the villain and the villain the hero is like going against condemning, offending, and criticizing the religion, blasphemy, and being offensive towards the people of that religion, automatically, without the people who believe things like who believe in things like female empowerment, women should be treated right, you shouldn't rape women. Those are the same people saying Ravana is the hero. The same people who think that somebody believing in God doesn't make them a hero. Being a higher caste is not a hero. In fact, are against the caste system will say Ravana is the hero. People who what's it called again? Who don't like Muhammad, who criticize Muhammad and how he slept with a 9-year-old after marrying her when she was 6, consummating the marriage when she was 9, like constantly AP saying the people who don't like him for doing that, for hitting Aisha when she was like in her 20s, like around your age, when she was that age, he hit her and they don't like him for that. There was a Zaid who is Muhammad's, like I didn't ever read the Quran, but I learned all of this from the Muhammad's Boom Boom box along with Apostate Prophet. So I don't really read these things, as I just trust the people who have read them. You get what I'm saying, right? These religious texts. Arches?
Okay, that's you'll.
No, it's not. That's not. I know, but that's all I have for now. I'll continue to read a little bit later. So my point is that this guy's like they're just doing like this. The people who don't like how Muhammad slept with he had an adopted son Zaid and slept with Zaid's wife, who is Muhammad's own cousin, and then eventually declared that he divorced the adoption by Allah making adoption illegal, so he allowed her to be married to him and stuff like that. The people who don't like how Muhammad slept with his own adopted son's wife support Ravana and say he's the hero, even though Ravana slept with his own nephew's wife. So this is why the people who like him seem to be absolutely stupid, and they seem to just want to go against Hinduism, which is why I argue with them. Otherwise, I don't really have anything against Ravana or his fans. Okay, he's a symbol of evil to me. That doesn't mean that he has to be like that to you. You can have your own beliefs. In fact, I encourage people of Sri Lanka to like him because he was their king, and regardless of what he did to the rest of the world, he was very good for them.
That Lanka is not the Lanka in the Itihasas. That's actually Sinhala. It's the Sinhala Dweepa. The real Lanka is like submerged. It happened millions of years ago. The Earth has changed a lot since then. There was kind of a landmass near Madagascar, Mauritius kind of area. People think that it was called Lemuria, which is Lanka, which is the Lanka of Shasta, and that's what it was. That's where Ravana was, not Sri Lanka, not the modern the Sinhala Dweepa that calls itself Sri Lanka, Ceylon.
I don't know. Maybe that's not the same Sri Lanka, but maybe those people living there are the same exact people who were like Ravana's people.
Well, no, that's kind of impossible because Hanuman set the whole island on fire, right? And
Oh, I know, but
the
like
whole
even
island
after-
was incinerated.
okay, but even after that, they were still alive and they did the war against Rama.
Well, no,
which
the modern
happened-
people of Sri Lanka are from Bengal. They're actually like descendants of Bengali colonists from the time of Ashoka Maurya.
I guess so. I don't really know who and where these people came from. I don't care who likes Ravana, who doesn't like Ravana, as long as they don't do it for the most stupid reasons. Like he had, like if you, it's fine. Like the people who like him because he personally had good qualities, that's fine. But like, don't expect that to make him the hero of the epic. And the people who like him simply to criticize Hinduism or go against Hinduism, like Devdutt Patnaik or Armin Navabi himself, those are the kind of people I go against because, well, they're just doing it just for stupid reasons. Now, if you look at Dhruv Rathi, even he's at least
Okay, hold on. Do you have like a list of topics you want to go through, like right now, or is it like you're just kind of going off the cuff?
I'm almost finished with the last topic that of which I'm actually this guy Armin Navabi is actually the last topic I'm trying to talk about, but this is kind of part of it, so it's not really.
So your last topic is Armin Navabi, which you're currently talking about.
Yes, but but it's not exactly it, but it's kind of a prequel getting to, so you can understand what I'm saying. So all I'm trying to say is Dhruv Rathi is also crazy, but he's not as bad because he was because he didn't.
You made your point like several times. Like
I know. I make points several times, multiple. I'm very sorry. But at least he's able to do like this thing where he doesn't really think Robert. So okay, that is true. So he's a little bit more logical thinking like that. Akash Banerjee, he believes in Ramayana and Mahabharata, but he's against Hindutva, and it's not because he likes Ramayana, but it's because at least he's not going to be like against Hinduism just because he's against Hindutva and all this kind of stuff. And Rahul Gandhi is also, he makes stupid things and he's also criticizing RSS. But he also doesn't. In fact, Dhruv Rathi and Rahul Gandhi have used Sri Ram's name to say that to say that you should be more compassionate towards Muslims and not racist, which is a completely awful point, as Sham Sharma has made. But even he, at least they both do believe Sri Ram, don't insult Sri Ram and believe him to still be a good person and the hero, and do see him as a man of enlightenment, and don't go around saying Ravana is the real hero, Sri Ram was a disgusting man, just because they're against, they're not like that. So my point, I'm sorry for making the same point over and over again, okay? But my point is, these people are like this, and Sham Sharma makes fun of them, which is important. You said
this 3 times, okay? I don't need to hear it again.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, someone was trying to open my door. Sorry. So my point is that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry for saying the point over again. I don't even understand what I just said. What I didn't say. I'm sorry. I think in just we're almost ready. I'm almost ready to let you go. I'm sorry for keeping you on for so long. Archis, but like, sorry, what were you?
No,
just
no, that's
saying?
fine. That's fine. I'm just saying. Okay, like, just plug my channel, I guess, and like, we're gonna do a Vishesha Sadhana. Like, we talk all this dharma, but we have to do something practical about it. Invoke some
Okay.
necessary energy. Like, I don't know if you
I
know
know.
Rajesh Nandi. Rajesh Nandi is a good person to learn from.
Yeah. So I just wanted to I'll look up all the people that you told me about. I just want to finish talking about Armin Navabi because I feel like that's the kind of person that I want to talk to you most about in terms of defending Hinduism, because he seems to be like what Muhammad Hijab or Richard Dawkins or Zakir Naik would be to Christianity, or just he feels like the guy who's just completely stupid and making fun of Hinduism for the sake of it. I'm just saying everyone else who's doing it, Sham Sharma, Shukshar, they'll insult them, they'll roast them in just a second. But this guy, I just don't know how. He is the most roastable person of all time. I could talk about his voice, his entire childhood, how he has a grudge about things. I could call him autistic. How he was like in one of his videos, he was like, "How do I go against Zoroaster?" Like, do you think I should show you the video, or you just want me to tell you?
I mean, you can just tell me.
Oh yeah, he was like, I'm actually trying to look for something to attack Zoroastrianism about. Like, can you guys tell me something to make fun of Zoroastrianism about? Like, I'm like, he just wants to attack Zoroastrianism. Like, he doesn't even actually have a reason to do so. He's just like, he just wants to attack Zoroastrianism. I mean, later on, he says something like, "Well, you see, Zoroastrianism says to beat women, just like Islam says. Which, if that is actually true, then you can just do that. Why are you asking your fans for something to attack Zoroastrianism on, if that's something you already have?" So it was completely stupid, and this guy just continues to say stupid things like this. Like, he just wants to attack Zoroastrianism. And that's one of the main stupid things he says. In another one of his videos he did with Haris Sultan, Haris Sultan is not really as bad, but he also makes things like, "What a religion, Hinduism. They worship the penis of Shiva, ha ha ha." And then he was like going to Kushal Mehra, he was like, the Hindus believe in cow urine having medicinal properties. Therefore, it's very, very awful. You should make fun of it, or some crap like this. So he's not exactly like some innocent person either. He's also
Yeah, I'm gonna make
a little bit of
I'm gonna make a response to Haris Sultan.
yeah, he's also a really dumb person who does like really dumb things. I'll watch your channel. I honestly I kind of want to at this point, but I think that Haris Sultan, people like Haris Sultan and Armin Navabi, like they're making fun of Hinduism. But my problem with them is not that it's like everyone else does. Like my main, like there's so many other people who are acting like this and act like assholes. We have other people who are just like them. But my thing is, when it comes to other people like Rahul Gandhi and Dhruv Rathi, are great defenders of Hinduism, such as this guy, what's his name again? Oh yeah, Sham Sharma or Kushal Mehra, instant videos on Dhruv Rathi or Rahul Gandhi or Akash Banerjee, just roasting the heck out of them. But when it comes to these two, Haris Sultan and Armin Navabi, they'll even make friends with them. They'll even bring them on their channel and talk to them. They won't roast them or do the same thing with Dhruv Rathi or anything. No, I'll be friends with them. I'll talk to you people. I will make videos with you. Like what kind of an hypocritical attitude is that? So that's what I don't like about these guys. It's like,
no, it's because they care about the political side. They care about the political side. They're criticizing Islam, so they're allies.
You see, this is my problem. They're all like, if you're criticizing Islam, then everyone who does so is on the side of our side. It's the same exact attitude which many Hindutva people had, which is why many of them were trying to support when he burnt the Quran. This guy Armin Navabi burnt the Quran. He was like, just because he's going against Islam, because much of the West is like, I love Islam, and they've been criticizing India for being anti-Muslim. So the same left-wing attitude and this kind of Islam, protect Islam, a poor thing. India is being mean to Islam, so it's evil. Like the same attitude they have. So we think because of this that many of the Western people have, so we think anyone who is a foreigner or anyone outside of India who goes against Islam, or even anyone inside of India, because this kind of secularism and dumb stuff happens in our country as well. So anyone who goes against Islam is automatically a friend of the Hindutvas. We've begun to have this kind of ideology. And because of this, or friends of Hinduism and dharmic apologists and anyone who is on Hinduism, just many of the Hindutva people begin to think that they're pro-Hinduism, pro-liking, not Hindutva, but at least pro-Hinduism and Hindu people having their rights and all the stuff we believe in, other than not the Veer Sarvakar Vadi people, but like not those kind of ideologies, like anti-Muslim, but like typically just typically I support Hindus. I understand the pain they've gone through, and it's completely understandable why they hate Muslims and all that kind of stuff. We think that they're going to be on our side and stuff like that. We think like this for every kind of ex-Muslim, Zionist, anti-Muslim person in the West or anywhere outside of India, which is my problem, because that kind of mentality is what is in fact what caused Armin Navabi to act like some kind of an asshole towards Hindus and Hinduism today. If it wasn't for that, he actually wouldn't care about Hinduism as much as he does. If you look at it, he was trying to burn the Quran, so they were all like, "Oh yeah, support it, good job, I love you, Armin Navabi." And then eventually when he starts but then because of this, he was seeing this all, and then this one Muslim guy, idiot guy, whatever, was like, "Oh, come on, if you are criticizing Islam, then why can't we criticize Hinduism as well? Criticize all the religions." And Armin Navabi, being who he is, not being like, well, Hinduism is not as painful towards the rest of the world and is not as dangerous or as anything like the logical brain cell. It's not as bad to the rest of the world. They're just doing their own thing. They don't have this kind of harm that they've caused the rest of the world. There's not really any reason to criticize them like it is for Islam. Like, yes, they have the caste system, but that's not going around and taking over the world or becoming dangerous to anyone outside of India. In fact, it's not even dangerous inside of India anymore because of Ambedkar or whatever, because the constitution, it's not even. So even that's not really something I should be criticizing, because it's not something dangerous outside of India or for outside of anyone, even inside of India who's not a Hindu. Nothing of Hinduism ever affects them, but that's not the same thing with Islam. Therefore, which is beyond religion taking over an entire country like this. So that's not really dangerous like that. So there's no reason to criticize it. But no, he doesn't have that kind of thinking, that kind of logical, critical thinking, that base logic in him. He does not have that. For him, religion is religion, regardless of how harmful it is, which is the kind of people that I think that these Hindu people should, in fact, make more friends with Islamists than those kind of people, those kind of atheists. Religion is religion. Who cares? I'm not going to think logically, critically at all. That's the thing. It's a religion, means it's bad. So this is the kind of attitude he had, which is how he was like, instead of understanding these things, he proceeds to make a picture with Ma Kali and sexualizing her, to which Hindus got mad, and then they were like, this guy was criticizing Islam before, but now I hate him because he's making fun of Hinduism. But those people aren't exactly logically thinking either. They should have been like, instead of giving him death threats, they should have taken this as a lesson that not everyone who criticizes Islam is pro-Hinduism. And so that's the whole narrative, that everyone who's pro-Islam, anti-Islam is pro-Hinduism. And I think this is the same kind of attitude that many of our great Hindu-loving people are becoming like. These people are anti-Islam. That means they're on our side, which is just they're hurting Hinduism even more. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think we should wrap up. I mean, look up. You should join Rajeshi Nandi's Telegram group. We're doing actually, it's time for the Ashtami Tithi right now. It's become, at least where I am. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it.
I will do that.
We're gonna do a Vishesha Sadhana. Yeah, for the protection of Dharma Samrakshana.
I mean, if that's anywhere near the state of Arkansas and the city of Bentonville where I live in, where do you live?
Oklahoma. It's not. We don't go to a place. We just do it at our homes. It's not.
I mean, that is near to Arkansas, and I've been to. I mean, my family's driven to Oklahoma multiple times, but I'll see if I might be able to join, just because Oklahoma is very near to Arkansas. but I think I'll see about that. Anyway, I think we should wrap
No,
up.
you
but
no, you don't need to. It's not a
Oh.
physical place you need to. No, it's not a physical place you need to come to. We can do the Vishesha Sadhana in our individual homes. It's not.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I meant by that?
I thought that you're doing some event in Oklahoma physically where I get to come and see like Shaka or something.
No, God, no, no. Rajesh Nandi. No, God, no. Okay, no. We're just gonna do some Stotra Parayana individually, like do a certain amount and dedicate it for Dharma Samrakshana. You know.
Okay, I will try to do that.
Yeah. No, it's not an event. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, and then after you said it's not in person, the next thing I thought was, oh, so it's a Zoom event or something like that. But then you said that it's not really, because usually most of these things are just event. I don't really think I can I think I'll talk to you more about this if you ever collab with me ever again, which hopefully we will, maybe on your channel or mine. I'm willing to see which one because But my point here is I just wanted to end it off with, we only have like I think 4 more minutes, so I just wanted to wrap up with saying that this is why people like Harris Sultan and Arman Avabi I want to talk a lot about, because the people are, just because they're in love with Islam, whenever they make fun of Hinduism, they won't argue with these people because it's just a political thing. And even our other great people who are more than just political, they are so into Sanatan Dharma and they are into protecting Sanatan Dharma even above Hindutva politics. The people like that, like Shikshartakam, those people as well are not doing anything about these guys. Yes, they're not making friends with them like our other dumbass Hindutva politics only, not protecting Sanatan Dharma type people are like, but these people are still not doing anything about people like this because it's just Hindutva politics and not any kind of Sanatan Dharma protecting. It's just none of that, just the Hindutva politics. So that's why my problem is, because then if they're against Islam, then the Hindutva people will start to be on their, start to support them. So that's the problem with just being Hindutva and not Sanatan Dharma protection. Sanatan Dharma Rakshakas. That's the problem with the Hindutvas over Dharma Rakshakas like you. So that is why I would align myself a little bit more with Dharma Rakshaka people than Hindutva people, because they're not like this kind of, everybody who makes fun of Hindu Dharma, they will make a video on them, not just the people.
Are you on Twitter?
Oh yeah, I do have a Twitter account if you want to follow that, but yeah.
No, I'll just tag you in the link to the Telegram group, I guess.
Okay, I guess. I'll see if I can join that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
tell me what it is, and I'll just tag you. What's your Twitter handle?
Let me just check, cause let me just check it. Okay. My account name is Cool, capital C. You got that?
Okay, cool, capital C.
TAC, capital T, capital A, capital C.
Okay.
Capital A.
Okay.
TTAR, all of them are capital as well.
Wait,
Maybe
wait.
Maybe I'll
cool,
just send
TAC.
it. I think I'll just send it in the YouTube chat. Here you go.
I'm not. Hold on, let me. Shout. Hold on, just say it again.
Cool Takatar. Cool Takatar.
Cool TAC. What's after the TAC?
Cool TAR.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, TACTAR.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool cool TACTAR. That's it.
Yeah, that is it.
Okay, nice.
You can add me to this group. Although I wish I could have just told you that this is again just another Twitter account I made I want to troll Ridvan Yamar with this a little bit. That's kind of why I made this. I'll make a serious one for my other YouTube channel, but when I make the other YouTube channel, I was wishing this would be the one that I would join your group with, but I guess this is also fine. So yeah, I think I'll make another one and I'll actually join through that. But if you want to have me quick into this, you can add me with this account if you want.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, and all the other people, all of you guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. This is my account, I guess.
Okay, and my YouTube channel is at Prajalpi, Praja.
Just type it in. Just type it in the chat. I think I'll see from there.
Well, I'm in the chat.
Oh, I mean, just type it in there. I'll see from
Yeah,
the rest.
Archis at PRAJALJALI.
I think
Yeah,
I'll just.
Prajalpi.
I think I'll just look at your. I'll just look in your channel and the account you used to get into the chat, and maybe I'll see from there.
Okay.
Anyway, that's kind
How
of.
many viewers?
I don't know. How many viewers? I don't know.
You
Anyway,
can check?
guys, yeah, I don't think I can check. I mean, we're almost supposed to end the stream anyway, and I just wanted to give you a
Okay.
heads up. I only have a few more days. I only have like 8 more days or 9 more days after 8 more days after today of my free trial with StreamYard. So I will not be able to make. So I think any streams you want to do on your channel or any more streams you want to have with me, we should do it as fast as we can, unless people are going to give me enough money to actually buy StreamYard, which eventually I probably will. What happened? Where did he go? I'll see if he wants to join back soon. Okay. I guess that is fine. Anyway, my friends, that was a great stream. I guess it was really nice, and I'm sorry for taking too long. Anyway, I hope you all had fun watching the stream, and I am going to end it now. See you. Or I'll see a little bit more while if you want to join. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Oh, so that's how you do the function. Anyway, bye, guys. I hope you all had a nice time. Bye.